Hey, that's why you got to keep them over there just going.
Pray for you.
Keep them on sound effects.
All right. All right.
You good now?
No, that's the
Oh, you said we someone from the music.
Put yours
I
on.
just gotta
That's
get
what
the
I'm gonna
claps.
do.
All right. So
Do
we
ya?
live.
We are.
Yeah.
Just about to go
We still
on.
on idle.
We live here
Oh, okay.
on YouTube. All right.
Okay. What the hell's going on?
All right. All right. All right. That's on.
Oh, okay. Something came on my phone.
You ready?
No.
Hey, do the intro.
Something came up on my phone.
All right. Okay, y'all. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are live. It is Super Dave along with Coach Kurt,
What's going on, people?
Serge the Sports Star,
Yeah.
Slick the Relic,
The living fossil.
and Todd the Magnificent.
In the building once again, ready to go.
All right, here we go. So
Let's
check
do
it out,
this.
y'all. I'm gonna be here for the first hour and 15 minutes, contrary to popular belief that other people don't cut out for other engagements. I'm going to the Knicks game. Today is March 24th, 2024. We're in New York, and the Knicks are playing Detroit tonight, and they need me. All right, so I'm going. So how was everybody's weekend?
Everything was good, man.
Got a lot of basketball to talk about.
Whole lot of basketball.
Serge, how was your weekend, sir?
Full of basketball.
The
24
living
hours.
fossil. Where we at?
It was okay.
Did your team win or lose? Oh, Syracuse didn't get invited.
Yeah. And we lost to the Knicks, so that's a double whammy.
All right.
Cool.
Magnificent.
Next.
You know me, my
Yeah,
weekend was
Michael
blessed.
Wilson.
Had a good, blessed weekend.
Is
Yes,
Syracuse gonna
indeed.
win the NIT? No.
All right.
No,
So,
they refused, like St. Louis.
so yeah, I went to the game on Saturday, and the Knicks did handle the Nets. All right,
Yeah,
pretty
I was
much.
What else is
Thanks a
doing?
lot.
I was
Thanks a
there,
lot.
man. I was there.
What else
Thanks
is
a
doing?
lot.
I was there.
Coach Kurt, you want to share some of that experience? How the Knicks was able to beat the Nets?
Well, I was too busy eating.
Oh.
But
You might as well eat. You know, the game ain't gonna be
the
good.
game was close until like the second half.
It's a fourth quarter.
Yeah. Okay. Basically. the
Well,
fourth
When,
quarter.
when the Nets always die.
Right. Yeah.
They wait till the fourth quarter.
Big
to
dreams die hard.
So,
Big dreams die hard.
So-
It's not a big dream.
so the 4-game cushion that we had that KD, Kyrie, and Harden gave us because they was tied before they got there all time. Now it's been dissipated, and now it's only a 1-game lead again.
You only ain't been in the NBA that long. I mean,
No,
come
no,
on.
but the head-to-head between the Nets
Oh,
and
okay.
the
I
Nets
got
was
what
tied
you're saying.
up.
I got what you're saying.
But when KD and them got there, they swept them,
Right.
which gave them a 4-game lead.
Okay.
And now they done gave it all back.
Like it was supposed to be. Like it was supposed to be, man. Come
So
on.
it's like, come on, man.
What your boy? What the center say? I ain't never lost to the Knicks since I've been here. He ain't lost.
Right.
Now he's lost 5 straight.
Who
something like
Claxton
that.
said that?
Yeah, but I think that what he said that a couple years back, back.
And then the Squidward the Squidward joke that wasn't funny to me. You know, I don't know if y'all heard the Squidward joke.
Was it about the Nets?
Yeah, it's about the Villanova teammate
Oh yeah.
Brunson. And,
I heard that. I did.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, you know, it's like SpongeBob and Patrick having fun outside.
And we see
and
him. Right.
Squidward's looking out the window,
And they having
Squidward
fun.
is Bridges.
Okay.
He want to be with them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know he wants to leave the net. You know.
Well, listen, I'm happy Thomas is there. That's all I'm happy.
Who? Cam?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Well, you can keep Cam.
Cam is trying to play. Cam wants to play.
Of course he wanna play, 'cause he gonna get
every
shots.
basket. Right. You know, I don't mind waiting a year for them.
For who?
Because we don't have a draft pick this year. So I don't mind them having.
You ain't got a first or second round pick?
Nothing.
Do we?
Oh
Right.
wow.
Yeah, but we got a plethora after.
You have stockpile draft
Right.
picks coming.
So I don't mind waiting the whole year.
You don't have a choice.
Well,
You
No.
don't mind.
Let's get
no,
it
we
right.
don't have a
We
choice.
don't-
No, you don't have a
Yes,
choice.
we don't have nothing this year. We got some next year, and then the year after that, we don't have nothing again.
And
Good.
then-
So and then after that, we start
Right.
having more.
right,
You better hope you
But
get
we
some free
gave up
agents.
a bunch of stuff
To
for
get rid
James
of-
Harden, who's playing for the Clippers.
right.
So
Yeah,
We was so hot and heavy
Right.
for James
Mm.
Harden that we just
Right.
gave it away, just like we did with Paul
Right.
Pierce and
And
Kevin Garnett.
Maybe
Yeah.
somebody will take Ben Simmons off your hand, man, and give
Yeah.
you something for it.
Listen, there's a sucker. Listen, Herschel Walker. There's a sucker born every minute.
But
all
Herschel,
right?
but Herschel Walker was playing.
He was playing.
Yeah,
but
okay,
We
all
can
right.
catch somebody.
Yeah,
Somebody can get caught.
that's the big. It has to be the biggest sucker in the
It's
world,
happened
man.
before. It's
Yeah,
happened. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
So listen.
Maybe he
we
can
got-
show a video of him taking jump
Well, he
shots
will-
again. He might,
yeah.
you might be able to get
well,
something.
he'll be in the gym this summer.
It'd be the
showing-
same. It'd be the
you know,
same. It'd be the
right.
same video.
They'll
Showing
edit
it.
him shooting threes, making them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you must really.
But yeah, that's how that goes.
This guy over here, man, on his phone, man.
That's
Got
good.
No,
counting the
no.
time. So when
What
when
I'm
see
trying to
when
do
see the
is
timetable
see-
of the
All right,
of the railroad.
let's stay focused. I'm trying to check the show, check the live. That's what I'm checking the live. That's
Okay,
what I'm
do
doing.
your thing, man.
Well,
You know.
thank you.
But
Don't go silent now.
what do y'all think
Don't make me tell
was
you
the best
again.
game you seen over the weekend? NCAA tournament.
That game last night.
Houston game?
Houston, Texas
Oh, that was a
A&M.
good game.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
That was a doozy.
It was a good game.
Of course, was that over the week? Well, that was before we came back in here. That Oakland, of course, that Oakland
That was a
Kentucky
good
game
game,
was
too.
good. That was a great game.
That was a good game.
You
So
got
Oakland against Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
I got a question, but we'll
Yeah.
talk later on about it.
Creighton's game, the overtime game was a good.
That was a
game.
good game too.
Yeah.
You know, they fell apart in the overtime. And they had an opportunity and they threw the ball
All,
away.
all these teams, I'm watching these games, and when they got leads, and then I start watching them, I click on to the, how you go from one game to the next,
Yeah.
whatever's on. And you get to that game, they got the lead, and now they getting pressed. It's getting down to the
Mhm.
crunch time, and they giving up the lead. It's
They
like
gave it up.
they get scared. They get pressed a little bit.
Mhm.
Now they fumbling the ball. Can't hit a foul shot. I feel bad for the kid. Who was the kid? The Clemson game.
Oh,
Who the
Oh. I forgot his
the
name.
Clemson? I forget the guy on the other team.
Yeah.
He missed 5 foul shots, and he's
Yeah.
an 82% foul shooter.
Mhm.
That cost him the game.
It did.
That cost him the
It did,
game. 82% foul shooter. You missed 5 foul shots.
man.
Unbelievable. He was crying out there, and I kind of felt bad. Yo,
Pressure.
they keep fouling you. You gotta
You
gotta
gotta-
at least make 3 of them.
At least.
At least.
At
Right.
least.
Oh man, he missed 5 foul shots. That cost his team a game.
Yeah,
Pressure.
Felt bad.
that's
I get it.
that's tough, man.
Yeah.
That
And he's a
is tough.
freshman. I get it, but that was tough.
but
They
the-
could have won the game.
But the one I think is that game you talking about was Creighton. Who were they playing? Who was Creighton playing?
remember.
That's the one they threw the ball away at the end. They had the ball. I think the score was tied.
I didn't
Yeah,
see that,
they had the ball and they could have won the game,
Right.
but they messed up, and then they lost it in overtime.
Right.
Who the hell?
They don't have.
Oregon.
No,
Oh,
not that game. I'm talking.
That was a double OT game.
That was double overtime. But
Creighton's out.
no,
No,
Creighton
Creighton's in.
won.
Oh, right.
But they went into
They beat Oregon.
overtime. The who? Oregon played Creighton.
Yes.
It was,
Or-
you talking about Oakland, North Carolina State?
Yes.
When Oakland had the ball, and they could have won the game.
Right. That's the game I'm talking
But
about.
the play they ran was terrible.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they went to overtime. They went to one overtime. That's correct.
Yeah. But they could have won the game too.
Yeah, they could have won that game, but they ran
Right.
a bad play.
Well,
And even the announcer said it. He said that was one of the worst plays he ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
well, the guy made a bad pass going to the guy on the wing.
Yeah.
He made a bad pass. I mean, you don't know what would have happened after the guy got the ball, but he made a bad pass. You know, he tried to throw the ball with 2 hands. He could have threw it
But
with his
then-
left hand and wrapped it
But
around.
then they said that the guy who had the ball shouldn't even had the ball on that play.
Maybe not. You know, maybe
They went to the wrong player. When you're an OT with that, I mean,
Your
at
best
the end of the
players-
game, right,
yeah,
you
your
should
best-
have the ball
your
in his
best
hand.
players
Say
should
have the
how.
ball.
One thing I don't like about that guy to shoot on their team,
right.
he waits before he tried to make this little running behind picks to get open.
Oh, the shooter, yeah.
You got to be like Reggie Miller and my man from Detroit.
oh,
They used to
Rip,
play with Connecticut. Rip.
catch a shot.
You got to run all the whole time.
you got to, man.
You got to keep
Yeah.
keep the guy, keep him running, keep him
Mhm.
running. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't wait till the last 10 seconds
Right.
and then you try to run and get open because that
Mhm.
guy's fresh.
Yes.
You got to keep running to, even though if you don't get to just keep running till you get the ball.
Mhm.
You know, you tie that defender out. That's the only thing about him I watch with him.
Yeah.
He only does it like the last 10 seconds of the shot clock.
Mhm.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
D Middleton on the check-in.
Yeah. What's
Like
up, D?
and share, y'all. First stop to the next stop. YouTube page, Facebook page, Dave Wilson's Facebook page. Like and share. StreamYard. text and leave your name and drop a comment. Thank you. What's going on? So anyway, yeah, it was a lot of upsets. One of the games that was disturbing to me was on Friday when Auburn played Yale.
Oh boy,
and
that was a big upset.
And the kid elbowed the guy because he was like trying to get him back
early in the game.
Right. And they send him out. So I think this is so important because you are more important to your team playing on the court instead of watching it from the locker room. And you really hurt your team because the guy, he said he felt that the guy gave him a shot, so he was trying to give him a shot back, and they caught you and they threw you out the game.
And he did it right in front of the referee.
Right.
He come up the court and boom.
Right.
I think
That was
right in front
because
of
I think the guy hit him first.
Right.
You can't be that blatant and do that. You know how they always catch the second guy anyway.
Right.
But he was blatant when he did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
bide your time. You got plenty
can.
of chances in the game to catch somebody.
Well,
man.
I mean, if they put him under a microscope, maybe he thought it was a chance, in which I just think you got to sometime play through it.
Right.
Or catch you going to the locker room
No,
at
I agree.
halftime.
No, you don't want to do it during halftime.
But like he said, the retaliating guys always.
I'm not
yeah.
suggesting.
It's always the second guy.
Always.
Get second. Now the referee's watching.
Yeah.
He might have caught a glimpse of what happened the first time
Right.
and didn't really see the whole thing. But then if you're gonna retaliate right away, they're gonna catch you.
So
Yeah.
who is Yale playing next? Because I don't think
They lost.
They lost last night.
They lost last night.
They were
stumped.
Yeah, they got beat. They
I'm
got
sorry.
beat
They
bad.
stumped them.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I meant to say who's Yale playing next.
Is San Diego State the only Mountain West team left?
Yeah.
Yep, Mountain West went 3-5. San Diego State won 2 of the games, and Utah State won 1. The rest of them was in and out.
Who was the number 2 seed that got bumped? It was a 2 seed that got bumped, wasn't it? Or 3 seed?
That was Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Right, Kentucky.
Kentucky's a 3
right.
seed. I think.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
The other 2 seeds that was number 4 that got bumped was Auburn and Kansas.
Right. Kansas. That's what one I was
Yeah,
thinking.
but Kansas
got bumped.
Kansas was injured.
Yeah, they're
And
missing some
they ran
key
into,
guys.
Gonzaga
Right.
team that's playing like they want to
Exactly.
shoot,
Right.
prove something this year.
Yeah.
Because
Right,
everybody's
they did.
sleeping on them.
Mhm.
Because they did start
Yeah.
out kind of shaky, but then towards the end of the season, they was playing their best ball.
What's
They
their
still
coach
do it.
name? What's that? Was it
Mark
Mark Few?
Few.
They got about no more than 2 more games left and they be done.
Yeah, I don't think.
That-
I don't think.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. They got about 2 more games, they be
Yeah.
done.
I don't think they're going
Always.
to
Well,
get
they
that
make it
far.
Well, if you, it's
They
the
play
Sweet
next?
16. So
I gotta
if
look
you
at it.
go further, you be in the Elite 8.
Okay.
Yeah, you be the 8 to the 4. They probably could get to the 4 and they be done. That's
Oh.
that's their track record.
All right,
That's their track
I
record.
thought you were saying next stop is this.
Well, they
Like,
did
It
win.
could be the next
Didn't
stop, too.
They did win one time, didn't they? Didn't they?
No. Not yet.
The finals.
They lost
Not
the
yet.
final to Baylor, right?
They've been in a Sweet 16 9 years in a row.
They got to the finals though.
Yeah, and they
And
lost.
they lost to Baylor.
Baylor.
Right.
9 years in a row they've been
Well,
in
they
this
might-
Sweet 16.
They got
And they
Purdue
lose.
next.
Well, that's a toss.
They might win
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
toss.
against Purdue.
If
'Cause
they
Purdue
run,
got-
yeah.
Because Purdue might mess around and go back to 4-2 and end up losing.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Purdue got a reputation. Their reputation.
They
is,
get
you know,
knocked out early
Yeah, they
usually
got a
too.
reputation. They got to shut them.
Aren't they?
Their
aren't-
guards got to play well.
Aren't they
Right,
expected to make it to the Final Four though?
Who?
Purdue.
They're number 1
Yeah,
seed.
they're
They're number 1
seed.
seed. All the number 1 seeds are still in, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
UConn.
But
North
out of the
Carolina,
number 1
right?
seeds, they're
Yeah.
one that might get knocked off, man.
Huh?
I said out of all the number 1s, Purdue is the one that probably might
Right.
get
Yeah.
knocked off.
I tell you, I was very impressed by my man Baycott's game
Mm.
that he played the last game. He won that game for North Carolina because he was doing it all. Defense, blocking shots, running the offense, believe it or not, even though he wasn't, he's not the point guard. He was getting the ball, throwing nice passes,
Mhm.
assists,
Right.
getting the rebounds, setting the picks. He was really controlling that offense, defense. So I really enjoyed this game. The other game they played.
That was against
That was a good
Michigan
game.
State, correct?
Right. That
They-
was
they
a
play-
good.
they
That
play
was
well.
a good game he played.
Michigan can't sustain an
And
offense.
as
man.
good
Yeah.
as they played, it went down to Ingram and the kid Ryan hitting shots.
Right.
Because that's the only way they win.
Yeah.
From in it. Because they
I
can
got-
count on Baycott and Davis.
And Davis.
but they need either
somebody
They need
else.
Ingram.
Ryan
Right.
to
Yeah,
step up
I
and hit
agree.
3-pointers.
I agree. I agree.
That's
With
the only
you.
way we win it.
Ryan's the white guy, right?
Yeah.
So
he's from New York too.
He got to be like that
Yeah.
other kid 2 years ago, Manic. the one
Right.
that was hitting all them 3-pointers.
Right,
They
yeah.
got all the way to the.
He has to
final.
score for them. He
Yeah.
has to.
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan's from
He-
Manhattan. I didn't know he
Yeah.
was from
I
Manhattan.
didn't
He
know that.
he
Yeah.
has to score for them.
Yeah.
When he's scoring, they play very well.
They play because he
They play
opens up
very
the
well.
floor for them.
Yeah, he opens up the floor.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, he's
makes
from
it
Manhattan.
easier for Baycott to work in the middle.
And the other
Yeah.
dude from
And
Tennessee,
even the other,
he's from New York. He's from Long Island.
So a lot of New Yorkers out there.
Yeah,
playing.
Wine
A
Dance.
lot
I
of-
think he's from Wine Dance.
Right.
Because even the point guard for Michigan State,
Right.
him and Dave, they
Right,
both.
that's right. Yeah, he
They
is
both
from New York too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, his father's a good
out of
friend of
all
Norm.
the number
Oh, yeah?
ones, Purdue got the easiest road left because everybody else,
top seeds.
UConn's got Illinois, the
Right.
Iowa State,
Shout
and
out to
San
Scotty
Diego
Scott.
State to deal
Right.
with.
Iowa State.
That's
gonna
my-
be tough.
that's my sleeper
Carolina's
team.
gotta
Iowa
play
State.
Iowa State,
Alabama,
that's my team.
Iowa
That's
State's
my
gonna be
sleeper
tough.
team.
If they get that far, Iowa State's gonna
Yeah.
be tough.
Alabama and Clemson and Arizona are with North Carolina. Purdue's got Gonzaga, Creighton, and Tennessee. Which I mean, Tennessee's good, but they have moments where their offense falls asleep, so they could be had. And then Houston's got Duke, and if they win that game, they're gonna play the winner of North Carolina State Marquette.
So
I think they could beat.
so
them.
help me out.
They could be Duke, but then
Right.
again, if Duke played the way they did the other day, Duke could take them out.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Because their problem, the same problem that most of these teams have, is that their offense ain't consistent enough.
Mm.
They play great defense, but
Mhm.
their offense ain't always consistent.
The young man that was going to dunk the ball yesterday, and he got caught at the rim, and he fell, and he was really jacked up.
Who's the?
I'm trying to remember too.
What game?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
one.
I'm
Maybe
trying to
that's
remember
when
the
I
team.
flipped over to another channel.
I was doing that a lot.
Trying to think, it was like
What game was that? What game was that?
We try to remember because I know like
Well-
he's like Serge. I was flicking channels like crazy.
I
Yeah.
was too.
What I was
I was
saying,
going
what I was
back
saying
and
earlier is I
forth.
think NC State is playing their best ball, so that could be a tough game for them if they get through.
NC State playing good too.
Yeah,
They playing
They're
their
playing
best
good
ball
too.
right now.
Yeah, they're playing good.
I mean the big
that
kid's
big
a-
kid is playing.
He's
The
a
big
he's a
kid.
tough matchup.
Right.
Yeah, he's carrying
right.
it,
He's a tough
and he's
Right.
smart, and
Right.
he does what he uses his body right.
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 He does just what he knows he can
Mhm.
do. He uses his body right. I like that.
He's a tough matchup.
Yeah,
and he
he
can
is.
pass out.
Yes,
out the
he
box,
can.
and that's what I like
Yes, he
about it.
can.
That's what I
He
like more than
passes
anything
very-
else. 'Cause he
I
can
like his
pass.
passing.
Right.
I like his passing.
Yeah.
He does
But
pass
that-
the ball very well.
They got lucky because the best outside shooter didn't have a good game at all.
No, he didn't. He didn't in the last
didn't have a
game.
good
He
game
didn't.
at all. And they still
Yeah.
got over because their team was making mistakes and whatnot. You know?
Yeah. They that game with Oakland actually should have won that game.
They should have.
They messed up.
Mhm.
They should have.
It was Duke. It was Jalen Blake's left.
For Duke.
Yeah,
Mhm.
after
Oh,
a
yeah,
flagrant
that's right.
foul on the
Yeah.
dunk in the NCAA.
Oh,
tournament.
okay.
So when he was going up to dunk the ball,
I didn't see that.
he sort of initiated the
Yeah, he did.
contact.
He did.
With
But
the
then they
guy.
got the other guy for a flagrant foul.
But see now, the problem right now that I have with that, if you saw the guy's face, he had like a shiner but
The guy on Duke was going up for the dunk, and he
hit him first.
hit the
initiated
guy.
contact.
He hit the yeah.
When he fell so bad. It was
Yeah, it looked bad.
it looked very bad. So they reacted on the way he fell to assess the foul.
Who got the foul call on him?
The
The
guy who-
defender.
the defender.
Oh, really?
They
Wow.
do that.
I mean,
and the
he-
college coaches do.
They,
I mean,
they missed.
the
It's
refs,
just like this,
refs.
just like the elbow thing. They missed the first one
Right.
where he was going up and he kind of elbowed the guy, and then they caught the second one where the guy was like, he had his arm across his body and looked like he fouled him a lot worse
Mhm.
than he did. But most of it was because the guy had initiated it with the action that he took.
So in the
So-
interim of everybody turning channels and everything, because we going from channel to
Right.
channel,
Every
and-
time out.
and the way I thought that it was crazy that they tried to let him get up and walk it off because he was like
He was woozy.
he was
Oh.
jacked up.
Okay.
I mean, if you seen, I could pull it up,
On YouTube.
the footage of when he dunked and the way the impact of the way he felt,
Mm-hmm.
his back and everything. It was like, you
Yeah,
know,
they took him to the locker room because he couldn't shoot the foul shots.
right?
Oh, wow.
Roach had
Exactly.
to shoot the foul shots.
Exactly. He couldn't even shoot.
But he's not one of their major guys anyway. But he just happened to be involved in that play.
Right, but it was just bad, and then just to assess the
That was
guy.
against James Madison.
Mhm.
Yes,
Well, okay. I was watching that
and
game. I don't remember
to
seeing that.
assess the foul.
Mm-hmm.
Then he didn't
Yeah,
get
I
thrown
remember
out.
the play now.
He didn't get thrown out.
I didn't even like.
No, but they gave him a flagrant one.
I understand, but now that in essence, the player for Auburn should have got a flagrant one too, instead of just getting ejected from the game because no one got hurt.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
you
it's
said.
not always who get hurt. It's the action and when you take the action.
Mhm.
But the
Like they
action,
said, he
see,
did-
and
He
that's
did-
the same
What he
thing.
did was flagrant in the fact that he was retaliating and they didn't see the first half of it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it was like the ref was
He
like,
cost his team.
yeah,
Absolutely.
He cost his
he-
team by
he-
by getting thrown out.
He could have done that very same thing in the second half of the game, and it wouldn't have been a big deal.
Right.
But because he did it when he did it
Yeah, that cost
front-
his team.
in
Yeah.
front of everybody, and
He
then
did.
the whole world was seeing him
Yeah.
do it, it was like, oh man, you could have waited till you was down in the hole and gave him a little
But-
elbow.
Right. Right.
I get that, but that's the same thing I'm saying with the Duke play because she initiated it, but and it was just like a hard play, but they reacted to it being a flagrant one
But,
Right.
but
instead
that-
of just a hard foul,
Right.
which the offensive player actually initiated.
Yeah, but it's a different crew, different referee crew. Each one's based it differently, how they see it, you know. And I understand what you're saying. I somewhat agree with you, but it's a different crew.
That's like, to me, the end of the game last night with Houston
Mhm.
and Texas A&M.
Right.
When before the guy hit the shot with 1.2 seconds left,
Right.
they called a jump ball. That they got possessed of Texas A&M. Yo, that guy ripped that ball out that guy's hand.
He did.
He didn't hold that ball. He didn't have that ball long enough for me
Right.
to call a jump
They
ball.
call it jump ball.
The refs jumped on that. I
They
was like,
did.
yo, he
Right,
took the ball right out
Out
his
of his
hand.
hands. They did.
How you calling a jump? The game should have been over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I was like, oh, y'all guys give like any chance that
Mhm.
can get. Come on. You know, I felt he just ripped it out his hand.
Because I was like, dang, that was a quick call.
Yeah, that
I
was
said,
very quick.
I was like,
That was
what the
very
heck's
quick
going
to
on?
me.
Yeah.
Y'all seen it too. I was like, nah,
It
that
was.
guy ripped that ball out his hand.
Mhm. That
Well,
was a good game.
That was good.
Oh,
It is
man.
nail biting, man.
Yeah.
And then you got to you checking the one thing I liked in that game, because just about every call they was going to the table to check
Mhm.
it.
Right.
But what I do like, even though it go too much, those refs did it real quick.
Mhm.
They looked at it, came right back on the
Came
court,
right.
and got their call.
Right. Let's
They
go.
didn't.
Yeah.
You know, because one
So-
time that guy's toe was like right there.
Mhm.
You couldn't tell, but they made the call real quick. They didn't stay at that table
Right.
long.
So you felt the officiating in the college is more better than the NBA, especially where the NBA.
Oh, without question, because the NBA, you could travel from here to
And you can carry.
and
And you
they
can
can carry. You know, they got to do something. It's funny you say that because I've been in the house just like, yo, that's a carry.
Mhm.
Even in the
Right.
college game,
Right.
when them guys are outside and they standing there and they dribble that ball,
Yep.
and they're just like the hesitate. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
hesitate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that
Yep.
hesitation,
Yep.
and then the ball go back. Yo, you can't do that.
No, you can't.
Why they don't call? I don't understand that.
They let a lot of offensive
Yeah.
stuff get away
Trying
now,
to do the
man.
hezzy.
Whatever
No.
going
They
on.
don't have it correct. They don't have the hezzy correct.
Not like you, right?
Well, you know, I do my thing.
That's a lot of carrying that ball. A whole lot. A whole lot.
Yeah,
A whole lot.
The bigger question is why you do your thing.
that's what I do. Kid.
and I appreciate you.
Reggie Malone is in the building.
Reggie Malone.
I thought they said you wasn't supposed to dribble the ball. Just get the rebound and give it to the
No,
guard.
stop calling my name.
Sandy used
So
to
to get the rebound. Give me,
Yo,
right? Look,
Stop
you
calling my
you
name.
did your job. You got the rebound. Give me the ball, right? You did your job.
Yeah, Sadie was notorious for that.
Sandy want the ball, that's for sure.
Shout out to Sadie.
Yes, rest in peace, Sandy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it was fast, good one.
But a lot of good, some good ball left too, though.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh yeah, it's
A lot
definitely.
of good ball left. This weekend is gonna some Thursday night. It's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's
This-
Friday. They don't start Thursday.
Thursday.
It's not
Thursday.
Thursday.
There's still
Friday.
enough games. There's still
Thursday,
Yeah,
enough
because
Friday,
at the
Saturday,
end of
Sunday.
Sunday,
Yeah,
it's
all
the
weekend.
final
Yeah,
right.
you get the final four by
Right.
Sunday. You'll get the
I
final
don't
four.
know.
There's still enough games.
Yeah.
This is the fun. The people, some people that don't know March Madness. This is the fun time, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
Games
best.
is on all day.
Yeah,
I
it's the
wasn't
best.
That first
basketball
60,
out.
the
I was
first week.
basketball go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like
Yeah.
you said, sir, they don't have that upsets like that in the women's game.
No,
Right.
usually the
Straight
women,
up.
Right.
The only
Very
upset
rarely.
so far they got Ohio State got bumped.
Right. But
That's
they,
a
they,
really
but they were
enough-
playing a number 8, 7 or 8,
Something like
seed, something
that,
like
yeah.
that. Right.
You know, but that to me, that's like the only upset
Yeah.
so far. But usually it goes according to plan
Mhm.
in the women's thing. Usually it
And
does.
Ohio State came in shaky because I
They
think
they
next,
finished bad.
right. They did.
They finished
They
bad.
did because Iowa
Yeah.
beat them right before
Yes.
their tournament
Yes,
ended.
they finished bad. Yes, they did.
What was it? Texas, the center.
The big girl?
No, for the men.
Oh, for the men.
He was hurt during the season. He came back. He was trying to play, and he was somewhat disappointing. You know, they was trying to go to him.
Right.
I think he hit a 3, but I think he was like 5 for 19. You know, some people just keep going, and I mean, you know, I don't know if they should just lay it on the line or they got to get other people involved. And that's the same thing with Oregon. They went to 2 overtimes, and then the third overtime, they was out of gas.
I didn't
Yeah.
think Oregon was going to win anyway. Man.
They only had 2 people, and then after that, they couldn't score. Creighton scored 12 points in a row, and then like the last minute, they was able to score.
Well, Creighton thing is they're going to shoot them jump shots. You know that's what
Right.
they doing. You know, they're going to pass, cut,
What you
pass.
call them did that. They started late. They didn't start till like the last 10 minutes of the game.
Mhm.
Baylor.
Right.
When Baylor played.
Right.
I was like, yo, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Then they want to show up the last 10 minutes of the game, and they almost came back. They almost pulled it out, but
Mhm.
y'all started too late.
Yeah.
The first 30 minutes, y'all didn't show up.
Ain't nothing.
Y'all didn't do nothing. First 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? I
That's
was
crazy.
like, wow.
It's a good game.
Uh,
But like I said, I was watching the women's game, the LSU game.
right.
They were down by 9. And I was like, oh shoot, you know, they might lose this. But then again, one girl got fouled out, and what's her name flopped. And even though they was on their way coming back, the center, I forgot, Middle Tennessee, I think it was. The center fouled out,
Okay.
and she was checking Reese. And you know, she banged her, Reese banged her, and then the girl, I guess, tried to bang back, and Reese fell down.
They called
They
it.
called the foul, and the girl was like cursing. She was
Right,
like,
right, right.
you can see she was cursing under her breath, and she was walking by and said, and then she did
Right,
you know, she
right.
did all of
Oh,
that
really?
to her. So, yeah,
She's a piece of work. I'm not a fan of her.
me either.
So Reese-
I'm getting
Yeah,
less and less
I'm
of
not
a fan.
of her. What you call that? What's the word I want to use? Oh God, help me, guys.
Mm.
What you mean though?
When you
About her?
played sportsmanship,
Right,
it's
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Her sportsmanship
It
is horrible.
Yes,
Yeah, she be running them out the
Yeah,
whole
it's
game,
hard.
man.
You're not on the street, man.
Right.
You're not on the block. You're not on the street. Her sportsmanship
Right.
is
I ain't a
horrible.
fan
For
of
me,
hers.
for me,
For
it's
For me
horrible.
too. For me too.
For me,
and
it's
I ain't
horrible.
a fan of the coach either.
I
No,
was-
I'm definitely not a
Yeah.
fan
I
of
was
the
a
coach.
fan of her last year because of the situation.
Right.
Right.
But it's then she capitalized on her fame
Right.
all through the summer.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But last week, maybe a few weeks before, I think she got a little opening ritual when she comes out. They announce her name,
Right.
and then another girl's with her. Then they do this, whatever,
Right.
and then she got she got a crown for her.
Oh, got you.
She-
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
She took the thing. They put a queen crown on her,
Oh,
So
and then she
Like-
walks
like-
on
like-
She's
yo,
the
what
one-
the hell?
To me, who started when they with this the South Carolina game.
right.
It was her that really started that fight. Before in the beginning of the game, she was mouthing the
She
whole
was running her
game
mouth,
from the
yeah, big
beginning
time,
of the
right.
game.
Yeah.
Mouthing back and forth
Right.
with the big girl, mouthing. I'm like, yo, play the game. What are you doing?
See, and my thing,
You know?
if you can't beat, they beat you. Didn't they beat them twice? This year?
Yes.
We beat you twice.
South
Right.
And we
Carolina
ain't scared. We ain't scared of them.
Right.
Blah blah blah. Okay, but you can't beat them yet.
Exactly.
And
Well-
you didn't beat them last year.
Right.
It's
No.
just that Iowa beat them,
Right.
and so they didn't have to play them.
I was just
and
about
Right,
to say
right.
they're just the defending champs. They're not the favorite.
right.
Right.
You know what
No.
I'm saying?
No.
No, they're
So-
not.
Right.
They're not.
So they got to work.
But
cut
she
out.
I don't like her
Everybody's running for it.
But they
sportsmanship.
gonna, if they both win, they're supposed to play Iowa, aren't they? They're in that
Think
same
so.
bracket.
Believe so.
I think they're in the same bracket. If they both win their games out, they're supposed to play each other.
so
Yeah.
that might be
The
what we
high-rated
was talking
game.
about
That'd be a high-rated
earlier.
game.
When you talk about how the young players, she probably got her bag.
She
and
do.
whatnot.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
I mean, I'm
and
gonna get into that. Yeah.
She's acting up. and
Right.
whatnot.
Oh, she got her money. She
Yeah.
got her bag.
She's
You're
a-
right about that.
I think she's
She's-
one of
And,
the
and
top
again, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a list. I made a list.
NIL
that's part to the
girls.
detriment
Yeah.
of
Right.
Yes.
The money.
If somebody wants you,
But
or if somebody's gonna take a chance on you,
right.
or you might. Hopefully, you don't run off the
See,
veil.
we
but-
went
Right.
through NBA. Then we went through NBA WNBA salaries last week.
Yes, we
A couple of
did.
weeks
Yeah.
ago, yeah, we did
So
Yeah.
you know, she knows what she's doing.
Oh, they make it much more
Yeah.
than WNBA
Right.
salaries. Much
Exactly.
But her thing is that while she got nil money,
more.
her nil money came early.
Right.
And now you see Juju Watkins on the
Mhm.
commercials.
Yep.
You see Caitlin Clark on the
Right,
commercial.
right.
Yep.
You even see the white girl that played with her on the team on the
Right.
commercial.
In the
with
commercial,
Jamal
right.
Murray
Well,
in
what
there.
you call him got the commercial too on LSU. Flo
Right.
J.
Right.
Right.
You got
She
her.
got
She got
commercials.
commercials now
She got a
too.
commercial.
Yeah.
Angel Reese. You
You don't see her.
Right.
Why?
Because she ain't gonna sell, like somebody
Right.
said, she ain't gonna sell to America.
No.
No.
Right.
America
It's
don't
that's
like.
and that's
Right.
what it is.
Right.
These
Right.
companies, you got to sell that stuff to America,
Right.
and,
And they don't like her.
right, they
Right.
It's
don't.
simple as that. They
She
don't
got,
like
she got
her.
a little
She
cockiness
got some-
about
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
her.
little too much
And
cocky.
she got
Right.
some
Too
stuff
much.
too, but you know Caitlyn was gonna get it.
Of course, yeah,
She's
you figured
supposed to
that.
get it.
Right.
She's
They
supposed to
find-
get it.
Right.
Because what I was watching a tape, they had what's the wide receiver used to be with the Jets, and then he went to Tampa Bay.
How long ago?
Well, he's not playing no more. He's
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn.
Oh, Keyshawn,
Right.
okay.
He was talking to another football player, and the guy says, "Why you don't see?" He's been MVP probably 2 times. What's his name? Ravens quarterback.
Yeah.
Because
Lamar.
it's hard. For,
His accent.
It's hard for them. Yeah, that too. He's
His
got a
accent.
southern drawl,
Yeah.
Right.
and
Lamar.
you got to. It's hard to sell it. But he
Right.
said they could do it if they want to. He says Anthony Hardaway didn't talk that much.
Penny.
Right. He didn't do that much. He was kind of quiet, didn't like. He said what they did. They came up with the puppet
Right.
Right.
and
Right.
this and that. So he didn't have to say anything.
Right.
He just knew
They
who it
came up with
was.
a
Right. Right.
And they had Tyra Banks and Spike Lee.
Right.
in
Right.
there.
Right.
They worked,
Right.
Right. It was Chris
they-
Rock was the
they
voice.
worked
Chris
around
Rock was
it.
the
They wanted
voice.
to
Right.
win.
They said
Right.
if they really wanted to do that, you talking about a guy who could possibly two-time
Two-time MVP. He should be making commercials.
He should
Right.
be. Something.
He should be.
When
But you
you
know-
think about it,
The
not-
problem with that is too that you got so many guys that you could pick from that he's an easy choice not to take.
Right. It's true. Well,
But-
they just easily go to
Like
what's
he
his
has
name?
to
Patrick.
win the Super Bowl to get the A.
It's not so much as that.
Nah, but-
It's the way how he talk.
True.
Right.
That's
Right.
what
That
I'm
has
saying.
to sell-
And you got
that's the
other
way.
guys like Ryan Clark, who you could see he's eloquent.
Right.
Robert Griffin,
Right.
Yes.
eloquent.
Yes.
Even Keyshawn Johnson,
He's
Yeah,
eloquent.
Yeah,
yes.
you're right.
Yes.
Thing to him.
Right.
Lamar doesn't
He's
have
not.
that.
Not
No,
at
he
all.
don't.
Lamar sound
So-
hood.
Right.
He sound hood
So
and he look hood.
Right.
let me ask
That's
you.
hard to sell to
Let me
America.
ask you this question: as much money as he make, can he get training? Can't
Yes.
they
Yes,
take
he
him?
can.
Right?
Yes.
Can't they
Yes, he
take him
can.
and get training?
They
Yes.
His
They
what,
could.
from his
So Relic, the
agent.
living fossil.
He
you,
should.
You can
Wouldn't
get
you
some
think you
training?
should do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna
Yes,
say,
you can.
No, I understand that
You
100%.
want to do a My Fair Lady with him?
But what I was-
Change,
what I
change him from a country bumpkin into a city woman?
What I was gonna say was
Put a
you
barrel
don't need
of
to,
apples
you don't
on your
need
head
to
and
say
walk
much
through.
also. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever. You got to figure out how to market him.
Exactly.
You have
But
to
you know
figure-
what? Now,
so you
now
gotta
that
figure
I
out.
think about it, if Arnold Schwarzenegger could make a
Come on.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Lamar could
Get
get
down
Exactly.
now.
You got to figure out how to market him.
neighborhood.
Yeah. Him
Right.
and Stallone.
I
Right,
put
right.
things up and put them
Down,
down.
right? You got to figure out how to market that.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's why the market people get big
And
money.
that,
Exactly. Yes.
They
and
get
that's
big
the
money.
same thing for us.
But then again,
As
like
soon
you
as
said,
we figure it
it's-
out,
it's
we gonna
We
do
can
it
get
too.
it's easy to
We
take
on our
Patrick
way.
Mahomes and put him in that
Right.
spot.
Even
Right.
Josh Allen got commercials.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah. They
He
do
kept getting
whatever.
knocked out. I mean, come on.
Right.
You
But,
think, you,
like you
think
said-
he's, you think he's sitting up there with a concussion protocol?
Who? Josh?
Yeah.
He getting paid.
See the little
Josh
birds flying
Yeah,
around.
Josh Allen getting paid.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, you know,
You
like
know,
I said, if
concussion
they really
protocol.
want to do it, they could do it.
Right.
That's
Somebody
what I
just gotta
said.
be creative and grab them. But
No.
Makeup,
winning
lipstick.
the Super Bowl
Let's
will
go.
put them there.
It really shouldn't,
Yeah,
though.
that would put them.
It really
Well,
should.
that's not the case either because Dak Prescott got a lot. And he
Right.
don't even win playoff games.
Yeah. He got a lot of commercials.
And
But
he
you
got
know
a
what?
bunch of commercials.
You know what?
But once again, he's a guy that you could talk to. And
You're
you'd be like,
right.
Was that a
Well,
particular?
Sometimes you can get
Middle
local
America
commercials.
could understand him.
Is
You
that
know what I'm
a?
saying?
Yeah, but he got sleepies. He got all
Right,
kind of
right, but I'm
commercials
just
that's
saying,
nationwide.
Lamar might. I'm not saying he does, but he might just wind up getting a small commercial in Baltimore.
He probably,
You know what I'm saying?
probably
You
do.
don't see.
Yeah, but you want the
see?
national
probably-
stuff.
Oh,
you
this
want
is
the
a
national-
You want the
two-time
national.
MVP
Right.
of the NFL. What is this local stuff?
Right.
That's for you.
We talk about.
That's
this
for you.
commercial.
Cut that out.
I don't even like the Ravens. Right? But shout out
You
to the
get
Ravens.
you get local commercials,
Time out.
not the two-time MVP. Slick the relic.
I got a breaking news.
He has to win the championship.
Well,
All right.
hold
Yo,
up,
put on the breaking news.
We got breaking news.
Homeland Security has raided P. Diddy's homes in California and Florida as part of trafficking investigation.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
he's done.
Oh,
P. Diddy, they coming for you, P.
Yeah, he's done.
toast.
Yeah, he's done.
Toast.
Yeah, he's done.
I heard the new teenage saying is not pause no more.
What is it?
There's no Diddy.
No did.
No doubt.
Okay.
All right, so
No did.
we are in the
Ooh.
first half hour of First Stop to the Next Stop. It's Super Dave, Coach Kurt, Serge the Sports Star, the Living Fossil, and Todd the Magnificent. Phone lines is open. Call us up. Let us know, what do you think? Who's your Cinderella team in the NCAA? Let us know what's cracking.
Right now? All right, somebody get a cup out.
All right, so who,
Sip and pass.
so like just looking at it, who might be your Cinderella team? Let's just put
Todd
that
said
out.
Iowa State, and I kind of agree with
Yeah,
that.
but they're number 2. They not real. That's not a Cinderella.
What
Cinderella would be
15, 16.
well. I think who's the highest one left? North Carolina State, 11.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
They could be asleep. They
That's-
could be a
that's my
Cinderella. Actually, Gonzaga could be because of the season that they had, and a lot of people
Right.
sleeping on them. They might mess
Todd
around.
sleeping on them.
Yeah,
They
well,
didn't win that division, did they?
no,
Right.
they lost to St. Mary's. St.
Right.
Mary's got bumped, but they playing much better ball. They beat St. Mary's right before the tournament,
Mhm.
and then they lost to them in the tournament by 2 or 3 points.
Mhm.
But they've been playing excellent ball, so they could be they have 5. They could be a sleeper.
You're right.
I wouldn't be surprised if the championship consists of UConn and NC State.
Hmm.
Because
Anything's possible.
in NC State, like you said, they
And
got
then
the bully
NC
guy.
NC State could win it on a last second heave,
Right.
and Lorenzo
Right.
Charles could dunk it.
Right. Air ball.
Or the big kid, Burns could go up and
Right.
catch it and dunk it.
But,
Right.
but for them
History repeat itself.
right,
Yeah,
for
go
them
ahead.
to run the table in the ACC championship, right? They went up against Duke and North Carolina. Like I said before, I think they're playing their best basketball right now. And sometimes the matchup means a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Matchups say everything.
UConn, I'm rooting for UConn because they Big East, straight up.
Mhm.
UConn is doing their thing, and Ali's not there. And
Oh, that's why they win.
no, I'm just saying the
Oh.
other two coach. Who was the first coach? I forgot his name already.
For UConn?
Yeah, before Ali.
Calhoun.
Jim Calhoun. He's
I didn't hear him mention him at all. The
Who?
game.
Calhoun.
I didn't hear him mention him. Did you?
as far as
They-
a shout out or something.
They too caught up on Hurley.
Oh, Hurley. Yeah, I guess so.
Right. So
They so
I didn't hear them
caught up
mention
on
it at all.
Hurley. They don't even think that it was a history before Hurley.
right.
Well,
And this I would say for them to still continue to have that legacy going. That's tribute to them.
if they win again, oh my God, they'll be talking
That'd be
about.
3 different.
They'll be
coaches.
talking about Hurley for
Yeah.
the rest of the
Oh,
century.
yeah.
For the
That'd
rest
be
of the century.
UConn. That'll be 3 different coaches, 3 championships. That's good.
He's a good coach.
I can't put Ali in that category, even though they.
Well, he took.
I know he took the
Right,
he took Calhoun's
Right, he
player,
took Calhoun's team.
but I
Right.
give him to because he did guide them there.
Right.
So because you gotta win it.
Yeah,
So
you gotta win.
Right.
And he
It's
did.
not an
That's-
easy road.
That's the same thing Steve Fisher did with Michigan.
Right.
When he took over at the end,
Sure.
and he
Right.
Right,
took them
right.
all away.
Because that was
It
that
wasn't-
guy's team.
Right, it was the other guy's team.
Yeah.
It wasn't his
Frida?
team.
What was his name?
Frida, something like that.
Yeah,
Bill
what was
Free.
Frida, Bill
Yeah.
Frida.
Frida,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Frida,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was
I
his
remember
team.
that. Yeah.
And when what's his name, the coach you just mentioned from Michigan,
Steve Fisher.
Fisher,
Fisher,
he went
yeah.
to San Diego State.
Right.
He
Yeah.
brought them into prominence.
Yes, he
Because
did.
they wasn't that good.
He
before.
built that.
He had
Right.
Kawhi and all of them.
Yeah, he
Right.
built the program up
Yeah,
when he got there.
He did.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I know
he did.
he went to. I know Kawhi went to San Diego State,
Yeah, he did.
but he did build that program
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Didn't what's his name go there?
He's doing our prediction.
Used to be Indiana. Didn't he go there too?
Everybody did it.
Wait,
I said,
Bobby Knight.
UConn. Cinderella team.
He went to Texas Tech. I don't think he went to San Diego
Okay, Texas
State.
Tech.
My dark horse. Oh,
Texas
your
Tech.
pick. I told you my dark horse is Iowa State.
But he did say that's what he did say.
That's my dark horse
And what? How are they seated?
Two.
Two?
too. Yeah, that's my dark
They
horse.
blew out Houston.
I like that team. Yeah.
Right before the season.
Right before
over,
in
yeah.
the champ in the
In the championship game,
thing.
they blew them out.
Yeah, the conference thing. Yeah. They didn't have a
Because
chance.
sometimes, Houston's offense can go and come.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Jesus.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
what they do?
Real quick, it's funny how things work out. Now you got Connecticut and San Diego State playing a rematch of last year's championship game, and that's only happened 3 other times before.
Wow.
The first time was Cincinnati,
Mhm.
right after Oscar Robertson graduated. They was playing Ohio State. They beat Ohio State twice.
Was Lucas on that team?
Jerry Lucas
Yeah.
and John Havlicek and
Oh,
Bobby
wow.
Knight was on the Ohio State.
get
team.
out
Yeah,
of
they had good teams back there.
and,
So
and then the next one was Duke and UNLV, and we all know how
right,
that turned
the
out.
back to back.
because
That's right.
Yeah, I think- I think the
they
bribery
blew the
was-
second
I
one.
think it was fixed that
I do
second
too.
one.
I don't care.
And then,
what
and then the third one was Florida and UCLA, and Florida beat UCLA 2
Twice.
years in a row
Yeah.
Right, right.
because they was. On
I didn't
their
know
way
they
to
played the same
repeat.
teams twice before. I know they won twice. I didn't know it was against UCLA both times.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't a championship. It was in
Oh,
in
Was
an
that-
actual
was that
tournament
right?
after the
Was
was that, what,
championship.
that wasn't what
It's
Ed
only
O'Bannon
happened
and
4
was it?
times.
no.
No, Ed O'Bannon
Oh.
lost to Arkansas,
I think
I
you're
believe
right.
it was.
I think, yeah.
The Razorbacks.
Yeah, I think the Razorbacks got them. And it's funny. That's another thing. His son, Jameer Nelson's son,
Mhm.
and James Posey's son all play on the same squad. I think for Utah State.
Get out of here. Yeah.
Charles O'Banion
Right.
and Jamal Nelson and James Posey. All 3 of their sons
wow.
all play on the same team.
I missed that one. I didn't
Yeah.
see that. Yeah. Okay.
They said
There's
that the
another
other
team
day.
that got players on there. I think they
New
lost.
Mexico.
New
Right,
Mexico.
there you go.
They had House and
Eddie
Yeah.
House's son
Mashburn,
and
Mashburn, right.
and they was Mountain West in and out fake team.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Sir-
No, because
Surge be going crazy. Yo, Surge.
That's true, though.
Y'all be crying.
Crazy that they
Surge
took
is like,
16
get them out of here.
They took 6 teams out of that thing, and they went 3-5. The Big East only got 3 teams in, and they 6-0.
They 6-0.
Yeah, ain't that something?
So what that tell you? Who the
Exactly.
stronger conference?
Mhm.
Exactly.
But yet and still, you pick 6 scrubs, and
Right.
you don't give Seton Hall, which is probably going to win the NIT,
Right.
or St. John's.
Them
which
two
didn't
should have
wanna
been
go.
in there.
They-
Both
one
of those.
them-
Both
one
of
at
them
least.
should
One
have
of
been.
them at
Well, at
least.
least one, yeah. But you
One
could have
of
put
them at
both
least.
of them.
Yeah,
You
you
could have put
coulda
both
put
of them in there.
Right.
You could have put both.
Yeah.
You could have got rid of Colorado State, Utah State,
Yeah.
New Mexico,
UNLV
whatever
and all that.
whatever the other 4 scrub teams
Boise
was that-
State.
Come on.
Some of
I
them
mean, it
schools.
was ridiculous, but they were talking
James
about
Madison
one more
must have
thing.
won their conference
One
to
more
get in,
thing, real
right?
quick. If you look at
I
the
think
They had
if
to.
you look at the Sweet
I think so.
16, 11 of the teams are east of the Mississippi. Only 5 of the teams
Mhm.
come from the west of the Mississippi. The teams on the west side of the United States, they're not as competitive
No.
as the teams on the
No.
east side.
No.
Different type
No
of
matter
ball
what.
they play is what's
Right,
that,
right.
Different type of ball.
So they were saying earlier, I believe it was on ESPN, and they was talking about, do they need to expand the tournament?
No,
And-
No.
no,
There's too many teams as it is.
I don't think so.
well, you know,
It's gonna start getting
eventually-
watered down.
Eventually, they will, but
I mean, I'm not saying because I say no, they ain't gonna do it.
no.
You ask me my opinion, I say no.
Right.
Yeah, I think
And you
they-
know why I say no?
I thought they
I'm
referred
quite
to
sure
you,
you're gonna
man.
tell me.
I thought they referred
It's gonna-
to you.
Yeah, it's gonna be watered down. But
You
but
might
he said-
stop it.
I
Because-
thought they called him and said that.
What do you think about this, man? Yeah.
because it's already watered down the league because the players don't stay longer.
Right.
And if you add more teams, it's even going to be even more watered down.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because the teams, you don't get players to stay that long.
Right.
If you got players to stay that long, sure, add them
Mhm.
because you're going to get good ball. But
Right.
these players are not staying long enough. So it's going to be watered down. That's just my opinion.
It's
Especially with the bigger
understandable,
programs, right?
But
Yeah.
when people, it's a crash and burn situation about to happen, because eventually, I mean, a lot of people think they could go 1 year to college and then just jump to the NBA, and there's a lot of people that just not gonna make it.
No,
Right.
Most of them ain't gonna make
Yeah,
it.
you got that right. Most of them are
ain't
not.
gonna make it.
Most of them are not. It's not for everybody.
Nope.
That's another thing. Even though you can, because you can, that doesn't mean you have to.
Right.
Because you go. The perfect example, and we talked about it, I think, a couple of weeks ago, if not last week. And to this kid, to this day, I don't know who was in his ear. That kid, Omar Cook.
Mhm.
I believe he would have had a career if he would have stayed at least 3 years at
Yeah.
St. John.
Yep.
You would at least stayed 3 years.
Mhm.
You would have had a career in the NBA.
Anybody know
So
where
much.
he is now?
I have no luck.
Overseas?
Probably
No?
overseas.
he was overseas.
Yeah,
I don't think he
no.
came back.
He might be done. by
Carlos
now.
Carlos
You
is good
talking-
friends with him.
Right.
Carlos,
I
Yeah.
feel
even before, right
I don't know
before
who
him,
told him to
because he
go.
left St. John's early. The
Okay.
guard before him,
Eric
Eric Barkley.
Barkley, yeah.
They both,
Oh, yeah, I
they
remember.
He
both
went to
was at,
Portland, right?
yeah, he went to Portland, but
Right.
he wasn't in the league that long.
Mm,
And they both went to Christ the King.
right.
You
I
know?
don't know who was in your ear to tell you to do that. That was good for you to do that. I don't know who was in
Well,
there.
I mean, that's been the case for the longest. You got Kwame Brown.
Mhm.
He was a bust.
The
Let-
only guy,
Let him cook.
right? Only guy I
Get a
know,
chance.
Right.
and he told anybody who take me, I'm only staying 1 year, because he could have went straight to the pros, but they had to, you couldn't do that no more. Only guy I know who said I'm only staying 1 year, whatever school that takes me, and I'm out, was Marbury,
Okay.
because he told him, and he was ready then. He didn't
was
have to
ready.
go to college.
He was right.
He was ready.
Right.
He said, wherever I go,
Mhm.
I'm only doing one.
But then he ended
You
up
know.
doing two.
No, he only did one.
Did 1 year.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
He did 1
That
year.
was it.
Yeah, 1 year and
I
gone.
think he did 1 year.
1 year and gone.
Did Kenny Anderson stay 1 year?
Kenny, I think, stayed 2.
Say 2.
He might have stayed 2.
On the flip side, Carmelo wanted to stay, and Boeheim told him to go.
Yeah, he did tell me
Right.
You know
to
what I'm saying?
go. And it
He
made
had
sense.
nothing else to do. He
Right.
He
won
won a
a
championship. You
Right,
might as well
He
go.
won a
Yeah.
chip.
But
I
he
ain't
wanted-
even know. I
he
looked
wanted
this
to
up
stay.
because I was watching the game. I'm watching UConn. And I see that, I'm looking at the assistant coaches. I already knew one of them because I used to coach with him. Coach him. He's the kid I said I coach. His brother. His brother is one of the assistant coaches. But the other kid, he's from Left Rack too. Kamani. Not Kamani. Yeah, his name is Kamani.
Mhm.
He used to go to I think he played for Forest Hills. And he went with us when we went on this trip to Houston.
Mhm.
And he was on the trip. He was on one of the older teams. And I'm looking at him. I said, "Kid, look for me." I went looking. I said, "Oh shoot, man!" He
played with y'all.
He played with us.
Right.
We took 3 teams,
Right.
but me and this other dude was with the younger kids, and he was on the older group or whatnot. But
Okay.
he was with us, and I was like, "Oh
And
shit!"
he's coaching now at Connecticut.
He's the
Assistant-
lead assistant coach
Oh, wow,
on
good for him.
Connecticut, wasn't that?
Good for him.
Next in line.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he can get
Yeah,
it.
maybe. That don't guarantee nothing.
I don't see Hurley going in.
He ain't going nowhere no
He
time
ain't going
soon.
nowhere. No
He's a
more.
Well,
lot.
especially if they win.
Well, money talk.
Right.
If he's the top assistant, he probably make good money.
Mhm.
Maybe he
Definitely.
could get a job somewhere else.
Somewhere else,
Yeah.
yeah. If that's what he want,
Mm.
that's what he want. Because
That's
some guys ain't cut out to
yeah,
be head
that's like-
coach.
I was gonna say the guy at Kentucky, Antigua.
Mhm. Oh, Orlando Antigua, yeah.
He
He been there a while.
forever.
He's been with him. He's been his
But
sidekick
he's
for a
his
long
top
time.
recruiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He ain't going
He,
nowhere.
he ain't trying to go nowhere
Nope.
because he probably could have had a job by now.
Mhm.
'cause he's
It's
one
like
of the
you
top
said.
recruiters in
Right.
the country.
Right,
I remember
it's
when
like
he
you-
came out of high school.
Yeah,
So,
Right.
Pittsburgh.
Right.
It's like you said. Maybe you don't want that. It's not for everybody.
It's not.
You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
ain't
It's
cut
not
out
for
to be a
every
head coach.
Sometimes that
You
position,
may
I
be
be
just
that.
like you said.
I
You may
be-
be good
that's
in your
good for me.
position,
And you
like a
wanna stay
lead assistant,
Mhm.
or like top. He's their top
But
recruiter.
he might not be there much longer because I don't know how much longer they're gonna hang out with Calipari.
That's
anymore.
another thing I want to talk about too.
Well,
little bit.
we could talk about it
Yeah.
because my thing is this: who's going to replace him and
That's-
going to keep that program as prominent as it is?
It has
Who
to
do
be.
you-
It has to
you
be a
got-
top. Has to be a top name coach.
You better have somebody in place before you make that move.
It has to be a top name
They've
coach.
And
been
for
bumped
sure.
4 out
That's
of
taking
5
that
years
job.
they've been bumped.
Yeah,
They
but
lost-
you better bring in
They lost
somebody.
to St. Peter's.
Right.
the
That's-
year
And
before last.
you know the boosters ain't happy with that.
I was
because
just
if
about
I'm
to say
putting
that.
that
They
money
not.
out
They
for
not.
these kids and other stuff like that,
Well, see,
and you
that's
getting bumped.
That's
Ruin
So
That's a
you
problem.
said something last week,
Mhm.
Coach, and he repeated. He said it.
planting the camera.
I didn't like how he said it.
Mhm. Uh-oh. What happened?
Yeah, Bob, I've lost connection.
Read it here. It's right there.
Something lost
Somebody
connection.
touch something?
I don't know.
Did I hit this?
I don't know.
But
Well,
Yeah.
but he said what you said about the
Okay.
I don't know.
I think Serge might have said it too.
Mhm.
You always talk about his recruiting.
Yes.
He said maybe I need to change my recruiting style and start getting players that's gonna stay more than 1 year
Right.
because that one and done.
No.
When you got to replace a starting 5 every year,
yes,
that's very hard
it's hard.
to win.
All right.
You could do it, but I'm talking about you trying to win a championship.
Right.
Right.
If you don't have no continuity
Mm-mm.
and you trying every year, you getting a new 5. Okay, we going for the chip.
Yeah.
You cut out whatever. You go pro.
Mhm.
Now I got to get another starting 5 the
Another
next
starting
year.
So let's
And then
think about
that's
it.
hard
It
when
is
you
hard.
don't have guys. You don't got no sophomores and juniors playing with
And,
you.
you're
I
losing
concur.
to teams that been together
Those,
At least
right,
2-3
right,
years.
exactly.
At least.
Because those St. Peters and those
Right.
Oaklands and those other teams that they losing to,
Right.
those guys got juniors and seniors on that team.
Mm-hmm.
They not
ain't
going pro.
five-star players.
No, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
And that's why you
Right.
lose it because they played against you for 3-4 years.
Right.
But on the other hand, all his players are going pros.
Right.
Them guys in Oakland, they'll be playing in Europe. They'll be
Mhm.
playing in Puerto Rico.
Right.
They'll play in South America. They're not going to play in the
No.
NBA.
But they could say, we beat
We
Kentucky.
beat them.
We
Yeah.
beat Kentucky. We
and,
knocked them
and
out.
I could say, as I'm passing you in my Maserati and you in your Volkswagen,
But
They might
See,
have.
no, I
All
understand
those
that.
guys ain't gonna be big time players.
Right, but no, I get that.
one
but
or two
we're
of them, maybe.
but we're talking about the now. But what about the coach's legacy?
Right.
Right.
What are they now? That's why Kyler Perry may get fired
Right.
because he can't beat those
I
things.
don't think he's gonna get fired.
You
They
keep
talk-
losing.
they
You
talking
keep
about
losing.
it.
he might get
You
fired,
keep
but it-
losing.
But my thing is, like I just said, my thing is this: you can fire him, but you better have somebody in place
Right.
that's going to come in there
well, you,
and be able to
You don't think
keep
he'll
that
get a job
program up.
someplace else? I'm
No,
not.
he can.
The-
But I'm
he'll
just
get a
saying,
job
for the
and
program.
you'll recruit and get guys to go there.
Right.
Because you got to,
But-
that's a good program. So who you got to make sure you have somebody in place before you do that.
And I'm yeah.
That's going to keep
No,
that
you
program the
I
way
would
it
say
is.
that's the key. That's a good program, and they got a long history of it
Yes.
being great.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now we get in this window of them being mediocre.
And that's not the only
They
thing.
gonna point
They
the
got-
finger at the coach.
Of course,
Always.
the coach
Yeah.
always gets the hit.
Right.
Always.
They're
he's
gonna
a
they're
bad-
gonna
he's
be
a bad-
okay because they got long pockets.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they
bro.
love the
They
sport
just
that much,
stockpile.
which to me kind of shocks me between them and Indiana, because as good as Indiana used to be, they're like an afterthought now
Right.
in men's basketball. They're not that team anymore, and I'm kind of shocked because Indiana and Kentucky, those are states where basketball
bad.
is the main ruling thing.
Yeah.
I guess you could say they call them blue bloods.
Blue
Because
bloods,
they
that's
could
exactly
They
what
were
it's
blue
called.
bloods, but
Right.
Indiana's not a blue
But
blood
when
no
Bobby
more.
Knight left, who did they bring up that was a big time coach?
Well, they got one now.
Well, they got what's his name?
Woodson.
Yeah, Woodson.
Well,
Yeah, but
He had an off year this
Who
year.
was
He had a
there
pretty
after
good
Bobby
last
Knight?
year.
Last year, he had
Last year he had a
good
better
team.
year.
Right.
This
But-
year was a little off year. Last year he had a better year.
who came out of Indiana lately
As far as
in the
players,
NBA?
The guy last
Trace
year.
Jackson.
Trace Jackson.
Just checking.
Oh.
Okay,
But other than him, it really ain't a lot of
Right,
guys.
ain't been that many
Right,
players.
ain't been
Well,
that
that's
many
part of the coaches. You gotta have somebody as staff like Patino. Patino's gonna get some good kids coming
Yeah,
in
Of
the
course
same
he
time
Yeah,
is.
because of his name. Now he was at Kentucky before
Yeah.
when they had Mashburn in them,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
And he went. Did he leave Kentucky to go to Louisville? Or
Yeah.
yeah. And he took Louisville to some spots.
Yeah.
Did he go
Yeah.
to
Good
the
at
NBA?
Louisville.
yeah.
And they
Well,
talk
they
I
about
gotta
Quite
look
a
that
few
up.
Big East
and they talk
championships.
about
Yeah, I think he
Calipari
went
might
to the
make that
NBA and then
move.
came back to Louisville, something like that.
Yeah.
If Calipari gets fired from Kentucky, he might go to Louisville.
Louisville
Louisville need a
sucking, right.
coach.
Yeah, they need a coach.
Right.
And then another team that used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't hear about them.
They,
no more.
they were
Yeah.
some blue bloods because they was always up there.
But
back
think
in-
about this. So the team, Oakland, that beat Kentucky, they got knocked off the next round.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
usually
They
the
did
case.
that, but they did their job.
and they
Right.
did their job.
They did their job. It
Right.
wasn't
That
like they
helps
got to
their
carry.
program more than anything.
Right. They
I
did
mean,
their job.
they fought hard the next game.
They
too.
should have won. They had a chance to win
They had
that
a
next
chance to
game.
win.
They had a chance to win.
And then what happened in the Kentucky game? That shooter had an outrageous game. Other guys played
Yeah.
well.
and he didn't shoot well the second
He
game.
did.
The next game, he
He
didn't
did.
shoot well at all.
But, you know-
he hit some threes. He did.
He
hit
is some,
Yeah.
but not he didn't. He didn't play as
Not
well
the
as
way
he did the
shot
first
against
game.
Kentucky.
Right.
And
Yeah.
They 10 threes.
Kentucky's freshmen fell apart. They didn't
Yep.
play nowhere near
Right.
as good on offense as they.
They
had
were
all
going for
season.
themselves.
Right.
You could
So-
coming down the stretch, they coming over half court, do a couple dribbles, pulling up.
Well,
I was like,
the
what the
only
hell?
one who played well was Reeves. Everybody else, Shepard and
Mhm.
Dillingham had terrible games.
Shepard didn't show up at all. He was scared. I seen it in his face from my living room couch. I could see his face. He was shook. He was shook.
That's
You
that.
got that
That's
high
that.
definition.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say
You
he
can
got that
see-
8K. and
Yeah,
shit,
you
man.
can see it, yo. He was shook. He wasn't ready for prime time.
But
Does-
by the
Does
same
that
token,
come out the screen?
they probably
Like
got
3D and
they
shit.
probably him, Dillingham, Reeves, and Edwards are probably all gonna play in
And
the
they
NBA
go-
next year.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the NBA.
Yeah.
And
Without
they're
question.
gonna turn out to be just as good as the rest of them cats that come out. of
Without
Kentucky.
question.
Think so?
Without
Them
question.
guys, who?
I-
How many guards that come out of Kentucky haven't been flourished in the NBA? Because I'll give you this.
Most of the
Calipari-
guards is good.
Wait. I can
They-
give you some now.
We'll get,
I can give you some.
Let's get.
Okay.
What's it called better
I
not
can
come
give
out?
you some.
Surge.
Who? Oh no, DeJuan got to
DeJuan
stay.
better not come
DeJuan
out.
Wagner,
He
he
probably
gotta
gonna leave. He
He
gonna
probably
go
He
do
somewhere
needs
else.
to
portal,
stay.
right?
Let's get it.
He better not
He gonna do
leave.
transfer
Booker?
portal.
No, not well. Booker them was good. You got Book. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about guys that wasn't that good. That should have stayed in school.
Oh,
That went to the NBA.
That went to
and then they
Kentucky.
Yeah. Remember the Twins? They wasn't that good.
who?
The Twins that was on
Lamar?
Kentucky.
Oh yeah, them guys was just.
I can't
I know what you're
remember.
talking
What
about.
twins?
You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about,
I know
right?
what you're talking
Oh,
about.
they was in the NBA.
They was on the team with
Yeah,
Towns
they
and
made
that.
the they made the NBA, but they wasn't.
And
that good.
why he started one of them? I don't know why.
But
he
you can
started.
see that they wasn't that good.
Right, they
The
wasn't.
rest of them cats, Booker, Murray, Shea Gilgis,
Right,
even the kid Dillingham and Shepard, you can see these guys got talent.
they got
They
talent.
got talent.
Right.
And when they get to the NBA and they get to
Mhm.
actually open it up,
Mhm.
they're gonna open it up.
Yes, they
Especially
will.
Dillingham. I believe Dillingham's gonna be a superstar in the league. That boy could play.
Dillingham
Yeah,
good. I
he's
ain't
good.
taking nothing away from him. He's
No,
good.
he's good. He's good.
You know.
He's good.
And what's the white guy now? What's his name?
Shepard.
Shepard. He can shoot.
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 and,
you know.
and he might be a better player than JJ Redick. And JJ Redick stayed in the league for what, 15
14
years?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Just
And then
because
I'm
of his ability
I'm
to
forgetting
shoot.
about
Just to
Tyler
be a
Hero.
shooter. Just to be a shooter.
I'm forgetting
Right.
about Tyler
Tyler
Hero.
Hero.
He's still out there. Yeah.
It's amazing
Oh,
how many
yeah,
of them
yeah,
guys
yeah.
do the one and done.
Yo, the
Like,
crazy
come
thing I'll
out-
never forget, as good as he could shoot, he got to the NBA, he could shoot. When they played in the NCAA game, they lost because of him missing the shot.
He did.
And I'm like, yo, you could shoot like
Right,
you.
this your job.
Then he goes to the pros and he's knocking them down like nothing. I said, why would you
Why
wasn't
haven't
doing
they
that in the
done
tournament last
Right.
year? They
Right.
needed you to knock them shots down, and he was missing them.
Right.
I remember that. I said, wow.
His problem now that
That's
he
how it
get
happens.
hurt a lot now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
his problem.
yeah.
That's his problem since he been in Miami. He been getting hurt almost every year.
No,
Man.
because when he played.
Yeah, he play hard. He play hard, but he been getting hurt.
What these guys got to realize when they get to that level in pros and you got, you playing more games and
Condition is
stronger
everything,
condition, the off season you got to work like
Work
all
hard.
those
Work hard.
guys. Like you talk about LeBron, how he invests that money
Yeah, he work out.
to keep his body in.
Mhm.
Everybody in the NBA should do that.
Yeah, I would say
Everybody
once
in
the
the
season's
NBA.
over, you
They
may-
don't. No,
maybe
they don't.
Maybe you take 2-3 weeks off
But
before you
that's
with
why-
your family,
that's
and
why
then you go work
LeBron-
out.
That's why LeBron is able to play for 20 years.
Exactly.
At the level he
Mhm.
play at,
Yep.
because he
Take care of his
know
body.
what he got to do.
He's
He
inve-
take care of business.
he invests in
He
his
do,
body,
right.
He
and you
invests
got
in
to do that.
himself.
Yes, and you got to do.
You
These
have
guys
to.
got to do that.
To stay at that level,
Especially
and
if
to
you a
stay
guy who get hurt all the
all
time.
the time. There's a reason
You know?
for that.
Yeah, you got to take care of your body, man.
Yeah.
You can't be like hard and stay in the strip joint.
Yo,
Yo, some of these players is 80s players, man.
at
Yeah.
first I had to think about
Yeah,
it.
80s attitude.
80s attitude.
They got
Yo.
80s attitude.
You ever see the
Trippers and
there's a
cocaine.
commercial? I think Murray's in, Kawhi's in it
Yeah, the New
with
Balance
the
commercial.
girl. There's
The
the
girl.
one girl in there.
Yeah, that's the girl
That's
from
the girl in
Stanford?
college, right?
Right.
I'm sitting there trying. At
For
first,
who?
I didn't know
For
who
where,
she
sir?
was.
LSU. That's Haley Liff. Haley Van
Oh.
Liff or whatever. her
That's
name
the
is.
guard?
She played.
That's
she-
the New Balance commercial.
Yeah,
I thought
Yeah.
that was the girl from Stanford.
That's who I
That's
thought
who
it
I
was.
thought it was.
that's
Brink.
Huh?
Brink,
she
Right.
fouled out the last game.
the big white
The
girl.
two- yeah.
That's who I thought
That's
it
who I
was.
thought it was.
I don't think it's that guard from LSU.
That's who I thought it was.
I don't
Maybe
think it is.
Brink then.
I think
That's
that's
who
who I
I
thought
thought-
it
that's who I thought it
was.
was.
Because I'm sitting there like, who is this girl
Yeah,
or whatnot, man?
yeah.
They pass the ball to everybody else. She don't.
Yeah.
She don't get
Right.
to shoot the
Mm.
commercial or whatnot. I was like saying, who is this girl with that, man? But it is what it is. But I think Calipari, you give him another year and he get bounced early. I think.
It's over.
I think it's over.
Right. You put out your papers. Put your papers in.
Because he's still getting the talent. But when these kids bounce early, you can't. I never did like him much as a coach anyway.
Right.
But I think that just adds to it.
You know what might be hard?
What's that?
So you know how much they got to give him if they fire
Oh,
him
for
right now?
buyout?
32 million.
Oh, you're right. It's
He's
Brink.
not going anywhere. Okay.
It is.
It's Brink.
It is. Okay.
Mm.
And,
Well, that was
and,
okay.
and the program is probably
32
running,
million. They have to buy him out.
That's a lot of money.
and the program is running
But they
good.
got it.
And on top of that,
They got it.
it's not his fault.
Yes, it
It's
is.
Tim's fault.
Who is that, Tips?
Why, somebody got hurt?
You burning them out.
Yeah, he
You
even
burning
get played in
them out.
Kentucky. Let me find
You
out.
playing a 6-man roster.
It's
on
the
the
Kentucky.
field?
It's Tim's fault. The Kentucky
Is
team
the
didn't
phone
win.
working?
Huh?
The phone's working?
Yeah, nobody.
All right, anybody out there within the sound of my voice?
I guess Matt and
Everybody on
Green is
vacation.
hanging out
They
together.
hanging out.
Phone lines is open.
We don't even see it. What's his name? John Green.
516-206-0711.
He ain't texting. John Green, you out there, man?
I haven't heard anybody.
Yeah,
We might be talking to ourselves.
maybe.
It's been very, very quiet.
Yo,
You know
I
what
had a
mean?
list of.
There's not even people on Facebook.
I know.
Yeah. I had a list of the top athletes in college getting the biggest NIL deals. Number one is Bronny James,
Of course.
Yeah.
right? 6.1 million.
I thought it was 7.1.
It might have
Okay.
been, but
Yeah.
I went to another page,
Okay.
and then because I did see 7,
I remember
and when I
before it
went
was
to another
7.1,
page, they had
yeah.
this whole list. So I said, okay, oh,
Okay.
that's
All right,
you?
that's John Green. All right.
Oh wow,
It's
yes,
over.
I spoke you up. Okay,
All right.
what's
Good
going
afternoon,
on?
sir.
Mr. Green,
Yes, sir.
All right. We
All right.
didn't
Good
see your
afternoon, my
comments. We
brother.
was
Good
wondering what
afternoon.
happened.
Good afternoon. I was sending a message. I said Forrest Gump wouldn't take Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Yeah, we
must-
don't see that.
We didn't see it up there.
I said there's 100 teams in the NCAA tournament in NIT. That's enough teams.
You got that right.
Right. That's right.
But I also called because actually there are 2 baseball anniversaries coming up this week.
What's that?
Thursday will be the 50th anniversary of Henry Aaron's tying Babe Ruth's all-time home run
Oh,
record.
wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
50 years, he said?
50 years.
Wow.
I remember that.
I know. That's a long
I think I saw it from the womb. No. No,
Okay now. And also,
What's the next one?
and next Monday will be the 50th anniversary of Henry Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's record.
Right.
I hear that. Okay.
7:14,
Okay.
7:15.
Boy, time go by.
The
So.
It
record
do.
was 7:14, right?
Yeah.
7:14.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on,
No,
y'all.
that's big time.
Yeah, because the thing is
He's
that
2 years old.
Henry Aaron tied the record in Cincinnati, and the Braves wanted them to break the record in Atlanta. So the opening game was on Thursday, and they sat him down for the weekend and didn't play him, and he broke the record at the first home game in Atlanta that Monday night.
Oh wow. Wow.
I
Okay.
know he was getting death threats and stuff.
Yes, he was.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. He was good. I remember when he was going around the bases. Somebody or one of the fans was
Follow him.
following him around
chasing
the bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he broke the record,
Yeah.
somebody
Right.
came out of the stands in Atlanta.
Right. I remember
He's
that.
beating
yeah.
him off him.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff he got away.
Yeah, because as a matter of fact, he hit 715 off a former Yankee.
Mm.
Who's that?
Al Downing.
Al Downing?
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
And a former Met too. He was a former Met. That's right.
Okay.
That don't count.
Yes, it do.
Wow.
Yes, it do. Well, matter of fact,
Wow.
wasn't he Rookie of the Year?
With the Mets?
I think he was with
Yes.
the Yankees. No, I believe he was.
I think he
With
was.
the Mets?
Yes.
What year was
When
that?
they're 60
What
something.
year was that?
62?
They
62?
had, I think that was like 60. Was that 63?
Oh, okay. That was okay.
62.
That was before
63?
some of us showed up, right? The
No.
relic, some before we showed up.
Yeah.
Before we showed up.
Yeah.
exactly.
Y'all wasn't a thought yet, but that's okay.
Nah, Relic,
You
was
was
still,
18.
Relic was still in the sack.
You was 18. You was 28.
Yeah, something like that.
yeah.
I wasn't. You're not that far off.
Yeah, that's right. He was. I think he was Rookie of the Year.
So hold up. He was on that Mets team that went to the World Series.
No, 60 something.
No.
The
No, but
Mets,
I say he played for 13. How many years he played?
but he wasn't on the
He
team
was off
then.
the team by
Oh, he was
okay.
been gone.
He
Yeah.
was off the team by
Yeah, he went to
Yeah.
the other team on the other side of the above.
Yeah. No, he I think he played for them toward the end of
He
his
played with
career.
quite a few
Okay,
teams with that.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was the comeback player of the year when he played for the Mets because he didn't play for the Mets until he was on 3 other teams.
Oh, okay. I thought he was there.
He
62.
started with the Yankees.
He did.
Yeah, I thought he did. I didn't think
Oh,
he
he
started
started
with
But
the
you had
Mets.
to
He
think
started
about
with
that.
the
You had to
Yankees.
think about that one
Okay.
first.
He started with the Yankees and then
Don't act like you know.
He went
No,
to
no, I'm
he went to
trying to get it-
Oakland,
I'm trying to
Milwaukee.
connect
He
the
don't
dots.
even know who you're talking about.
I'm trying to
That's
connect
the
the dots.
that's the crazy part about it.
Yo,
He don't even know who you're talking about.
I'm trying to connect the dots here.
Was he black or white?
Good question.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you,
Told
man.
you about to tell.
No, he ain't. He ain't gonna tell you. you
His name start with an A or a D.
Right.
You know?
So when did he play for the Mets? Was he there for any of the World Series years?
Don't tell him
Because he
nothing,
went to
man.
73, right? They went in 73.
Was he black or white?
Yeah, I don't
trying
think
to
he
find out
was.
now.
But
He said he tried. Y'all got to get it.
Oh my goodness,
Did
man.
he go to school with you?
He might have, if he was in pre-K, he went with me.
No, he was in.
Yeah. You sitting right next to you, you don't even know who he was.
Who this kid here, man? With the bat. Always walking around with the bat in his hand.
Shout out to Postel.
Oh, my God.
All right,
Oh,
tune in
and,
12 noon on Saturdays.
breaking
Rally Radio.
news,
Uh-oh.
Al Downing never played for the Mets.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he was.
No, he didn't.
He looks
So you getting your history wrong.
Yeah, you
dude.
got your history wrong,
Al
brother.
Downing
He
was
only,
on the
he
Mets.
only played for the
Hold on,
Yankees,
hold on.
the Athletics, the Brewers, and the Dodgers. He never once played for the Mets.
I could have sworn.
Coach Kurt having a
I know.
brain
Hit
freeze.
I
that
know.
button
I'm
again.
about to.
What does John
I
say?
know.
So if he played for the Dodgers, that means if that was his last team, that means he didn't last very long after he gave up that home run ball to Henry
Well,
Aaron.
he was with them for 6 years, so he pitched 3 years after he gave up the home run.
I could have.
Okay, so he pitched until 1977.
Correct.
You still don't know if he's black or white, don't you?
No, he
Don't
know.
ask him,
I'm not
man.
gonna-
Yo,
Here, let's
don't.
cheat. Let's
Say-
He
cheat.
was black. He
Let's
sound like
cheat.
a black
Let's
man.
cheat.
Just stay out
Sounds
the
like a black guy's
conversation.
name.
You know?
But in the meantime, Kurt, hold this out.
Oh my goodness, man. That's okay.
He's a
Hold
black
the
dude.
L.
He was a black
I
guy.
could have sworn Al Downing played with the Mets.
No, he didn't.
Like,
Sorry,
like,
he's white.
That's what threw me off. I was saying, so I don't remember Al. I know he was a Yankee for like the first 6 or 7 years of his career, and then he got
Ed
traded.
Charles
And I
played
never-
for the Mets. You
Yo, I
remember
know
that?
about Ed Charles, but Ed Charles came from Pittsburgh.
Well, just
He
long
came
as
from
you get it
Kansas
right,
City, I
bro.
believe.
Ed Charles, Al Downing.
No, they're not the same guys.
I'm trying to figure out who.
man.
Who
Oh,
was the
shout out
brother
to
that
D
pitched for the
Gauze.
Mets
What's
back
up, D?
You. What's the deal? What's the deal?
Again.
What up?
then? In my recollection, the only black pitcher I can remember the Mets ever having was Dwight Gooden.
No, they had black pitcher before that.
Name 2.
Al Downing.
You just missed. Hit him again. Hit him with the L. You just missed again.
I'm sorry, man. I gotta look that up.
Look
I
it
know
up.
you
I'm
did.
telling you.
I know
I
you
looked
looked it
it
up.
up.
Yeah.
His whole career is right there in black and white.
Did you-
Wikipedia.
Did your phone get updated, man?
Yo, I got a 20.
Well, what
I
we
don't
need
have a
to do-
2, like my man.
What
next
we
to
need
me.
to do is check your phone.
Yeah, you better check your phone.
Oh my
See,
goodness.
see,
my
you know what the
goodness.
problem is?
Oh,
When you
God.
Google Met stuff, your phone get out of whack.
Maybe that's what it
And
is.
as you
man.
Google too much Met stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I don't Google no Met stuff, so my
Yeah.
phone's perfectly
Yo,
fine.
Serge.
I was in the Bronx earlier
Yo,
this
Serge.
week. Maybe that's
You know what
it is.
happened? You know what happened with his phone? The Mets give him a wish list of who they wish they had.
That might be it too.
Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. You see who I'm sitting in between here, man?
They getting on you. You better go back to the caller.
Yo, brother Green, Brother Green, who do you root for?
Who do I root for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, baseball. I root for the Mets.
Eh.
Yay!
Yeah.
Mets fan.
Yo, John, say it again, because this guy didn't hear you, man.
The Jets. Yay!
We
There
go
you
with
go.
that.
In basketball, I root for the Knicks.
All right.
Oh, man.
Hit him with that.
Three for three. Three for three.
One for 3.
3 for 3. There you go.
You had a
Keep
So-
going.
so help me out, John. You had a lot of
What's left,
disappointments in your life.
Go do something.
Are you kidding? Listen, the thing is, I tell people like this, like on Facebook, people say that Mike Green and Walt Frazier turbo announcers. I said, y'all would have had a stroke if y'all had listened to Marv Albert the way I did. Shit.
Yes. Yes. Tell the
Listen,
truth.
Listen,
Speak that truth.
Marv Albert is Marv Albert is the main reason why I know the meaning of the word atrocious.
Yeah.
Because he said, when the Knicks shot bad, he either said they were atrocious or they were a horror
Yes, he
show.
did.
That's right.
And what's
So
that?
it
What's
was-
that? What's that saying he used to say? And the what's something in the play continues. What he used to say?
Oh.
Dad, what's that?
And the ship be sinking. No.
I forgot that line he used to always run, man. And the bad something the bad play
And
continues.
and
Yeah.
he was honest.
Yes.
But you see, the thing is that, and that's what got him fired. James Dolan said he was too critical.
Hey,
He
Really?
was honest.
yes.
I thought it was.
I'd rather somebody
I
be
thought he
honest.
got
man.
caught in the dress.
I thought it was
No,
the
that
dress
too.
incident too.
No.
And I know if your TV saw it, Todd.
James Dolan says, yo, you have to change the way you
Call the game.
announce the games. You know, I've been doing this for 35 years. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
He said, and so
Marv-
James Dolan said, you
Marv
got
was
to
the
go.
best.
He was
Yeah.
a staple. He
Marv
was
was
a
the
staple.
best. I used to missing
That's
so
what-
many games on the
Yeah,
radio
because
listening
of
to
him.
him.
Yes,
man.
yes.
Me too. Listen,
Yes.
Listen, I remember listening to Game 7 in 1970 Finals on the radio because you had to wait until 2 in the morning to see it on TV.
Yeah, tape delay.
Tape delay.
Yeah.
Oh, and,
Wow.
and you had to listen on that AM transistor radio, so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's for sure.
Well,
There's nothing wrong with them back then.
No, man, that's what we
Nah,
had.
That was high tech.
It
That's
was.
right.
Exactly.
I loved it.
That's
We
it.
Man.
didn't even plug it in. We used our batteries.
Mm.
See,
right.
the thing is that Nick home games were not on television back in those days.
Right.
The only way you saw them was on the road,
Wasn't
Yeah.
he doing
unless
games with,
ABC had a national game for the
Miles
guard.
Wolf used to
And
do
that was
play-
very
Bob
rare.
Wolf, and there was another guy.
Mhm.
I know Rafferty did some with it for a little
Don
bit.
Andres.
John Andrews.
John Andres.
Andres, whatever.
Cal Ramsey used to be analyst on the road
Kyle
games.
Ramsey,
Wow.
yeah.
Is he still alive?
No, he passed away a
He
few
passed
years ago.
away about a couple
But
years ago.
I met him at a New York Liberty game in the Garden. Nice
Okay.
man.
Oh yeah, he's very
Cal
nice guy.
Ramsey.
Well, most sports personalities,
Yeah.
especially are nice. As time goes on, especially
Yeah,
like
you know.
your game was here, then it goes slowly down, down, and then how the mighty has fallen.
Yep.
But sometimes it's a graceful fall. You don't just
Mm.
fall off the
That's good though, man. That's
Off the
good,
cliff.
man.
But when you think about it,
listen, guys, y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
I appreciate you. Before we let you go, you have a dark
Yeah.
horse? You have any particular team you
The,
putting the heavy on?
the dark horse team for me would most have to be NC State.
Yep.
Okay, good call.
Yeah, you.
Good call.
You and
That one, yeah. Because the thing is, the run they went on to win the ACC tournament, winning 5 games in 5 days.
Yes.
If that keeps going, they can make some noise in the tournament.
For sure. For sure.
I wonder if that's
I
a
like
record.
that team
I wonder
too.
if that's a record. If any team had to win that many games coming
In a
from
row.
their tournament,
No,
Right,
there's somebody in the Big East did that a few years ago. They had to win 5 games in 5 days.
Wasn't it UConn?
UConn.
Yes, it was.
It was
It was
UConn.
UConn.
It was UConn. Matter of fact, I think they put it up there on the screen that was the first that they had won their tournament. Because before they never had won their tournament up
What
until
are we
that.
paying you for?
I didn't want to bring up my Syracuse.
It
No,
wasn't.
we don't
Syracuse.
want you to talk
It
about
wasn't
that.
We
Syracuse.
did that a
No.
few years ago.
No, you ain't get to no final. Get out of here. Don't even talk about that.
We didn't get to the NCAA, but we won. We did the 5.
Sorry,
games.
push that
We're talking
button.
about
Bang.
winning those
Push that
games
button.
and then winning the
Bang.
championship.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we ain't talking about
Get out of
that.
here.
Shout out.
But guys, keep doing what y'all doing,
Thank
okay?
you, man.
All right, John. Thanks for
As
calling.
long as we got listeners like you, we
We'll
good.
be
Yeah.
good.
John, you my number one caller.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, well,
Hey,
while
thank
we
you,
at-
sir.
Thank you,
Y'all
thank you.
take
man.
care now.
All
You too,
right.
man.
All right, so we have a
Right.
couple other
Goodbye.
listeners on board. Fantastic Fat, Ray Day, and Joffrey Brown also watching and tuning in. And
Okay.
again, shout out to the Bearded One, Cecil Postel, Valley Radio, 12 noon on Saturdays.
You already know what it
The
is.
Fast and Furious with the cars. Again, shout out to D Gores doing the tropical thing.
I saw you.
Go.
I saw you.
Why you
on
didn't take the living
outside.
fossil with you?
Yeah.
Go.
He needed to be taken care of. He needed that.
Shots fired.
All right, so let's talk a little
Oh,
NBA right
hold up, before you get to that.
Go for it, coach.
Okay, I was gonna finish up this the biggest NIL deals.
All
Number
right.
2, can you guess who number 2 is?
Shador Sanders.
There you go. You must have
Right.
seen the list I wrote. I
No,
saw
I,
it.
ain't- I just know he got.
I
a
know
lot
he
of
was
money.
up there.
Yeah,
You,
he's
hear,
up
you
there.
hear the stuff his father's talking now that
Yeah.
him and Travis Hunter
Yeah.
are gonna go where they want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
They're
gonna
not
turn
going to
down
certain cities.
They
They-
telling certain teams like
they-
don't
We're not
draft
gonna-
him.
They don't want to go to the cold cities.
Right. Ain't that crazy?
But you playing in the cold in Colorado. I'm
Ain't that-
confused.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
man.
confused.
You know
Yo,
what? That-
the more money you
but it-
get, the
but it's
more
like-
money you get.
But it's like they were saying. Only certain guys are gonna be able to pull that off,
Right.
and I'm not even sure that maybe Travis Hunter might have a bigger chance than Shador do, because Travis Hunter might be a bigger star because he
Because he
played
can play
two-way.
both ways.
Right.
And you might draft him as a wide receiver.
Right.
He'd be a bust, but he could be a defensive back or
Defensive
be a
back.
star.
Right.
Shador, I mean, he looks good in college, but a lot of guys look good in college.
That's true
You
too.
you could draft him, he might turn out to be.
I just hope he don't cost those kids. That's all I say.
I don't think he
doesn't-
would do that though.
I
but,
just
you
hope he
know,
don't,
you never
you know.
know, but I just don't
because
see.
not for nothing, I know players all think that they have the power, but they really don't.
Not
Because
when
the
you
guys,
get drafted.
with the guys who own the teams,
Mhm.
those are the guys that got the power.
All day,
Because
every
they
day.
can mess around and say, you know what? Let them go to USFL and play for a year.
Exactly.
And then what?
I don't want that headache.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
what?
and then
get
blackball
together.
you.
Right.
And
they
then
all get
blackball
together
you.
and say,
And
we-
you never get in the
and-
NFL.
And your daddy's never getting an NFL job.
Right.
He's gonna stay in Colorado for the rest of his life
Yeah.
Some-
without
Somewhere.
his son.
I think
Right.
I think it comes down to how desperate the need is at that position, and how
He's got to
good-
have a good year.
how good that player is.
Well, he's got to have a good year.
Because remember, Eli dictated, right? Didn't Elway dictate?
Elway too.
You know
Those are
what
the
I'm saying?
things, you know.
Like the need, like it's got to be the need of the position and the how the talent
This
level
this
of the
this
player.
It's
this
funny,
is my
right.
problem with that. I always had a problem with, but Elway and Eli when they let that happen, because it's a privilege to play in these leagues.
Yep.
And for you to say where you come from, that you could say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. So that could be another problem going forward with the NIL.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, because you got money now
Right.
that you could say, well, I'm not going here, whatever. I could sit out a year
Mm-hmm.
because I got money. But like Serge said, you mess around and these guys collusion,
Mm-hmm.
mess around and blackball you, and you never get after that money run out. Then what?
But
You know what I'm saying? But
let's flip
I
that
feel-
for a second.
go ahead.
Just imagine. Well, look what Eli did that. He
No, I
did-
said Eli and
Right,
what you
but
going?
I'm
That's what I'm
but
saying. In
just-
that way,
Just imagine if people was able to go where they wanted to.
everybody,
Right.
it would be a problem.
You
Yeah,
right.
it'd be a big
It'd be a
problem.
problem.
Not everybody would go to like.
Because who want to
a
go to
San
Jacksonville?
Uh,
Who want to go to Carolina?
It'd be a big
Teams
problem.
that can't play, nobody gonna want to go
Right.
there.
Right.
Everybody's
Everybody-
gonna want to play on a super team.
Right.
It's gonna be just
So
like the NBA.
my thing,
I'm
like
gonna
I
pick
said,
super teams.
My thing, it's a privilege to play in these leagues. Wherever you get drafted at, do your time. And when you become a free agent, if you want to leave, then so be it.
What's up, Herb?
You know
Thank
what I'm
you
saying?
Thank you for watching, my brother.
Shout out.
Part of
That's my thing. That's
Part
just
of-
my thing.
part of the Lakers
Sure.
being great. Part of it. Now I ain't saying all of them, I'm saying just a little bit,
Mhm.
is because players want to go there to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Players as they get into their career,
Well, we drafted
they want
players.
a chance to win.
No, I understand that.
We
But,
don't
there's-
defer.
but
But you
said,
also
if
got-
you just had a choice,
No, I get it.
there'd be teams that's not getting those players.
Of
Okay,
course.
but let me ask you a question. Let's say you want to go. I want to play for the Ravens.
Mhm.
Now you know Lamar Jackson's there. Why would you want to go there and be? You're a quarterback. Why would you want to
Right.
go there? You ain't gonna play.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. That's why I brought up the need. Like if the team is that, like the Giants needed a quarterback.
Well, that's what
Right,
it's going
right.
to be. Like
You know
these
what I'm saying?
quarterbacks that
That's
get
good.
drafted is on a need.
right.
Well,
When
listen.
they go to
they
these
needed
teams.
them.
Well, check this out. Like Pittsburgh, they named Russell Wilson the starting quarterback,
Right.
and that. But you also have Justin Fields
Right.
now, and he's not going to play unless something happened to Russell.
Well, supposed to
Right.
y'all plays
Well,
him
I wouldn't
in
say
the
that.
preseason.
Well,
There you go.
supposed to
We ain't get on.
and we see
we
that
ain't,
with the
we
Jets.
ain't get on the football field yet.
Right.
He has to win the. He has to.
He has to win it out.
It's-
But
it's
but
Russell's
they
spot.
did
He
say
gotta
that
win
that
No, they handed
Right.
the ball
They
to
gave the
Russell.
exactly.
They did
Right.
hand the
They
ball to
gave it to
Russell.
Even though he's only signed for 1 year.
Right.
Right.
But we
Well,
ain't get
maybe
on. We
he'll
ain't,
back
I
out
don't
that
think
one
Fields is signed for more than 1 year.
they both got 1 year
They gotta-
contract.
they gotta-
Both of them got
They-
1
they
year
gotta
contract.
earn that. I don't care.
So
what
now-
anybody say.
We ain't start the practices yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you said, I come to practice, you come to practice, now I'll play you. You gonna play him because you said so?
Right.
Or you trying to win?
And they did
Yeah,
that
but
with the
you know what I
Jets.
mean?
But the
Yeah.
the
Remember?
problem-
Yeah, I was
The
really
problem-
hot.
The
Yep.
problem with that is you really gotta outplay him.
Yes.
It,
Right.
just, it can't be something where
even-
you can say, right. It's
Can't be
almost
even.
it's,
It's no
you
even
play
day,
a
right?
little
Shout out
better
to
than
Todd
him. You
Fowler
gotta
for
knock
tuning
him
in.
out
Right.
because he's the guy who's established.
Right.
And they don't have, as far as Mike Tomlin's concerned, I heard him today, he was saying that this is a guy that they know they could count on because his fundamentals and everything, he's already proven he's got a Hall of Fame career.
Right.
Justin Fields doesn't have that. Justin Fields has still got
Still
shit
learning.
He got
That's still
excuse
learning.
me, stuff
Right.
he got to clean up.
Right.
So that's
Well,
where
don't you remember when the Jets had was it Sam Donald?
Yes.
And they brought in what's
Aaron
his
Donald, not Sam.
No, it's Sam Donald.
Okay.
Sam
Well, I don't know.
name?
Aaron Donald just retired.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's why I'm going to the game.
Sam
What's the
Donald
name?
was
That-
out
the
there.
cold one?
The guy
Mark Sanchez.
used to be a quarterback.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy
I
Bridgewater.
got that one right.
Teddy Bridgewater was in camp and was out playing Sam Donald.
And they yes,
they gave Sam Donald a job. He outplayed him the whole preseason.
yes.
And then
They
after
should have
that,
started
once
him from the
season
beginning. He got hurt.
They traded Teddy Bridgewater
Yeah.
after a couple games into the season.
Right.
And I'm
And
like saying
that was
I
hard.
was like, wait a
And he
minute.
outplayed him through the whole
And
thing.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna make my Jets fandom seem like I'm crazy, but the difference is that Pittsburgh is an organization that knows what they're doing.
True.
And the
And there's nothing wrong with calling a
Remember
spade a
that.
spade. Do you have a problem with that?
you good with
You-
that
you
one?
hit- I'm excellent with that.
What
You
about
couldn't
you?
tell? You couldn't tell?
What about you, sports star?
What's that?
And nothing wrong with calling a spade a spade.
Right. He's 100% correct. Because there's no way, like Coach
He
said,
ain't-
there's no way that Teddy Bridgewater shouldn't have started
no,
that
he
season.
shouldn't have. He
No
should have
way.
been started.
No
He
way.
should have been started.
No
He
way.
outplayed him. And I
The
think
whole
was
pre-
was that the year that they
disgruntled about that.
Sam Darnold, that was his first year?
No, that was the
No, it wasn't second. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
But see,
Yeah.
but see,
That was the same year Ty was going to beat up the
Oh,
whole
but
thing.
he's a guy that they had, just like Zach Wilson, they had a big investment in him. He was a number 3 pick in the draft.
Right.
And they weren't going to give up on him
right.
no matter how well somebody else played because they thought he was their future for a while
Right.
until he proved not to be.
I was getting ready to say that draft position and contract.
Oh, it has a lot to do with it. Yeah,
dictate if you start
I
or
get
not,
that part.
especially if it's even.
Oh yeah. It's
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
like that in almost all the sports.
Yes,
It's all the
All
sports.
right, I just need to say this. I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna just say everybody, it's amazing job. Everybody doing. We here. We holding it down. The spring is coming. Think time's gonna get better. I'm going to check in on the Knicks. Again, I'm leaving there.
Oh,
So you're gonna hold it down from here on
I
out.
got you.
I appreciate everybody. Again, we just got some grinding to do. We'll be back next week. I'm gonna continue to listen. And if you hear me, I'm gonna call in with my picks. Oh, no picks. All right. And I want to thank
You're
y'all.
about 6 months early.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless we're going to start picking
No, I
baseball.
was getting ready to say I forgot mine.
I'm calling with my picks.
Right, you
But
didn't,
all
give,
right,
us, you didn't
y'all.
give us no sheets, Dave.
All right,
You know?
thank you. Thank everybody. I'm gonna check out. Everybody enjoy the show. Appreciate y'all.
I got you.
He's walking out.
Yeah. I got. Oh, now matter of fact, we was talking about one of the quarterbacks I was talking about before. That was number 4 on the list. Arch Manning.
What?
He's number 4 on the list of NIL deals.
The
son.
Really?
grandson.
The
That's the
grandson.
grandson.
The
Really?
Right.
He's at Texas.
Where's
He's at
Texas?
Where's Caleb Williams?
Number 5.
I knew he had to be up there because he
Number
do a
5.
lot of commercials.
Right.
Yeah.
Trav. What's
You
his
don't
name?
even see that kid, the Manning kid.
No, you don't.
You don't even see
don't.
him nowhere.
But he
He ain't even playing.
he's living off his name.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was the top
He's-
quarterback in high school.
Yes, he was.
He was.
He's that dude we talked about
Well,
last
what's name?
week.
Texas is coming to SEC, so you're probably gonna see him a lot.
Well, he might not because the guy Ewers is still. He didn't leave. I think.
At Texas?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the guy who started last year is still there. So he.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's gonna push him out that
You
spot.
gonna have to beat
He
him
might
out,
end
huh?
up have to go.
That guy
transfer
was good
portal.
too. Yeah.
And now they got on this one. They got. I'm gonna do the number
got a
10.
lot of-
They
you
got
gotta make
Angel
sure
Reese
she's
number
still
7.
Who?
Angel Reese.
Yeah. You know she.
Now this other guy who I don't know, quarterback for South Carolina, Rattler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Rattler.
He's
I
gonna
see,
be
I
in the
don't know
draft.
that
He
well.
came from Oklahoma.
Okay, I don't know him that.
Right,
well.
he was a
got-
quarterback before Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got earnings there.
1.7 for Reese.
See, look at this.
Yeah.
Me.
Mm.
And then
Like, why am I going?
Rattler's
in
1.5.
WNBA?
Bo Nix was 1.5. He's number 9. And Daniels from LSU. In fact, they got 4 LSU players in the top 10.
So
The girl and the gymnastic girl is number 3.
Yeah.
So when you say that and you say their earnings and you look at this is today's players.
Right.
This is not back in the days players.
No, this is
1.7 million.
right.
They can make
And
that
college.
work. For the rest
And
of
you're
their
talking
life.
about for 19 to 20-year-old
Right.
player.
Invest and be
You-
smart.
you-
You can make that.
You
work
can
for the
make
rest of
that
your
work
life.
as long as you're not buying your daddy $1 million house
Goddamn.
No,
and,
no,
you-
right,
and a
right.
Maserati and
Right.
you got a big diamond Rolex
Right,
on your wrist.
right.
He done spent $2 million, $3 million of
Right.
that $4 million
Well,
already.
I'm
Exactly.
basically focusing on Angel Reese.
Well, you got something for her?
No, I'm talking about
She just
for,
broke up
you
with a
know,
boyfriend.
she's-
Well,
I-
She just
well,
broke up with a
let me
Oh, she did?
let
She just broke up with a boyfriend.
Don't think about it.
Let
bro.
me- let
You
me-
too old.
let me
Not too
let me
short.
let
You're
me
too
old.
I might be too short.
No, you're too old.
let me say
Don't
this.
fool yourself.
Let me say this to you too. Also,
You're old.
once $1 million, even 1.7 million don't go long these days.
No, it
bro.
doesn't.
Don't go
It
long
doesn't.
these days, bro.
But I'm
You talk
just
about
saying,
for the rest of your life.
right.
Yo,
But
for
what
left
I'm
light,
saying
no.
is
It
with
doesn't
the
go
right-
long.
What I'm saying is with the right investment.
What's the
that's
right
what
investment? Nothing's guaranteed with investments,
I
bro.
hear
It's
something.
not guaranteed.
No, I'm not saying
You
that
gotta be-
invest in them. I'm saying you
Might be
investing in whatever you investing in,
That's
whatever
it.
you
Oh.
think about. You know, Shaq is her friend.
No, I get
You know,
that.
she
I
got
get
people
that.
that
But
gonna move her
everybody,
right. You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
there's people who had friends. Jordan and Pippen were teammates,
Right.
and that boy lost $20 million.
And he
So
told,
what are you talking
And
about?
he told him not to take that.
Yeah.
contract.
Well,
And what are you talking?
that's-
And that
that's-
too. So
that's a
that's
totally
not
different
guaranteed.
relationship.
It's not
I'm not
guaranteed.
saying
It's not guaranteed.
I'm just saying.
But
if
you
they
just
move
said
the
it
right
could go.
way, if they move right, that money can
If-
last them the rest of their life.
If
No,
the
no, they can't.
if the investments
Yes, they can.
if the investments work out,
Right.
that's not guaranteed to work out.
Not guaranteed,
So you
but
gotta still make more money.
no,
You just can't
they're
sit and
not- well,
you just
listen,
can't sit and count on that
they're not-
1.7.
Right, but they're not done.
No, but the way you saying,
What I'm saying is they can fix it. They can flip that and make it work, man.
And Reese could stay another year because of that
the COVID
the
thing.
COVID thing. She got one more year if she wants to stay, but I think she's going.
Yeah, she's going.
I think she's going, and I think that she's. I
Well,
think she's
she-
tired of the
But NCAA,
no of
the-
LSU. I think, and I think from the look at them, I'm just my eyes.
right?
I think they tired of her too.
Oh yeah, well I think they might be.
I think
Well,
they
she
time
tired.
to
of
got
move on.
suspended earlier in the
Yeah,
year.
Right,
it's
right.
time to move. And I think
They was all kind of rumors. There
And
was
then-
the grades. It was she was
Mhm.
pregnant. Is all kind of stuff
Right.
going on.
then she
out
was
there.
upset that they kicked the other girl off too. They kicked the girl off the team.
That's why I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that.
She was upset about that.
Right, I forgot about
So
that.
they could use that girl now.
Yeah,
So
they
she was
could.
that big light skin.
Big
You
girl,
remember?
yeah, I
They
forgot
could use
about
her
her.
right now.
Yeah.
I
And
forgot
she
all
got
about-
kicked off the team in the
I
beginning
forgot
of the
all
season.
about
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
And Reese was kind of upset about that.
right. I forgot all
The
about that.
Steelers are the most stable franchise in the NFL. They've only had 3 coaches in 55 years. Where my gunshots at? Turn my gunshots up, man. Where my gunshots, man?
Yo,
What's
we
going
was
on,
just
man?
talking about gun control, and you here shooting off guns.
Yo, did you
Yo,
turn
man,
me
stop
down,
that.
man?
Yes, we did.
Oh no, you didn't turn me. You didn't turn me. Yo, thank you, Mr. Green. Thank you.
This is your concoction. You don't know how to work? What's
Don't
wrong
turn me
with
down,
this guy?
kid.
What's wrong with this guy?
Yo, see you get that.
But let me ask you a question.
Oh, me?
Okay, has there ever
Tom.
been? No, I'm asking everybody
Oh,
here.
okay.
Has there ever been a NBA first round pick that did not make the team?
I did not make the team.
Right, you got drafted, first round pick, didn't make the team. Has there ever been one?
It probably is, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there has.
You know
been.
what's funny? I come up with what he said earlier.
Kwame?
Yeah.
No, but
He
he
made
made
it.
the
He
team.
made
Kwame,
the team.
Kwame had
I
a
just-
long career in the
He's
NBA.
Right, right.
I mean,
That's the
we're not
first
saying he's
person
that
came
good,
to my
but he had a
mind.
long career.
Oh man.
Nobody I could think of offhand.
Yeah, offhand, I can't think.
I
of
think
it.
everybody made the team.
Everybody's made the
If-
team.
It was not. It was never.
No,
known.
nobody, no
Everybody
first round
made
pick
the team.
didn't make a
Right.
team.
Okay.
You have to make you drafted. I
You
would
better
think
hope.
I
Well,
would
you-
think you're
you get-
making the team
Well,
automatically.
your first 2 years are guaranteed on the contract. Your
Right.
third year is
Option.
usually is a team option.
Yeah.
So the question should have been who got drafted in the first round was a bust, but then that's
Oh,
like
we-
1,000 people.
There's a lot of
Bunch of
people.
Every-
right.
All you gotta do is put Google Knicks picks, and 9 out of 10 of them is gonna be on the list.
Knicks ain't on that list by themselves or whatnot. man.
right, that's what
But
I'm
they
saying.
lead.
And
They
they were,
lead.
but they wasn't high picks.
They
Knicks didn't
lead.
have. Knicks
I would-
only had one number one
I
pick.
would think it's like
We're not talking about.
Who was
we're
their
talking
only
about
number
first
one pick?
round.
Ewing.
Oh, right,
We're
We're
right.
talking first round. We're not talking.
Not
Oh,
number one.
Yeah,
first
but
round.
there's a lot. Okay, let me show
Oh, you
you.
talking about the top pick?
The
very
number
first-
one.
Number
yeah,
one, like-
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant in the whole 28.
No.
No, the first
They-
pick.
Very
No,
first
well, I'm
pick.
talking about the whole first round.
They
You know,
all-
they all made the team,
Right.
but usually after their contract is over with, if
Oh,
they're not
yeah,
that
yeah,
good, they
yeah.
cut them.
Well, that's
then.
the third or fourth year, like you said.
Well, you know about that, right? No, you
Yo,
don't.
stop
You
got
calling my
cut?
name. Stop
He got
calling my
cut?
name.
yeah, I cut from somewhere.
You're gonna get cut from
Okay.
us in a little
I
while.
was looking
We
at.
could
Okay,
cut the intern. Intern's gone.
right.
Yeah, we
Whatever
made-
happened to
we
that?
made him leave long
Whatever
time
happened
ago.
to that dead relic?
We made him leave long time ago.
Right. Like, look at these guys. Okay, this is last year. This is what they're making, their contract. You
These
got
are,
Wimbiana,
okay.
Brandon Miller was second, Scoot Henderson. And then you had the twins. Anthony Black, I think, is on Orlando.
Yeah, he's on.
Rest of these guys, I don't know who they are.
Well, that's you
the
know
kid
what?
Bilal Koulibaly used to play with Mbayama in France.
You-
He's a really
He-
good
Is he still
defensive
playing?
player. The kid Walker,
The question
he's
is,
the one from Indiana, I believe.
you know
Okay.
what?
He should be playing because he's a good player. I don't know
You
why
know
they don't
what
play
your
him.
question should have been, Kurt?
Well, Indiana was playing yesterday. I didn't see him play yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
You
He
know-
I think he's playing G League for them.
That's
Might
what I was
be.
gonna say.
That's why- yeah, they
the
do that. What's
question
it
you
called?
should have
Well,
asked.
they carry that.
Who got drafted and now is on the G League?
Wait, then you trying to get your way back to the NBA?
Right. But they
They got it.
it.
Every team, I think, get 3 players. They could use 2 or 3.
Right, like
Right,
a two-way
They could do
player.
the 2-way players.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Right.
every
Then
team.
The kid right there, he's gonna join his father real
Jet
soon.
Howard?
Yeah, because
Who's
he's
his
gonna be
Howard?
fired.
Who's his house?
Jeff
Wow.
Howard.
From
Juwan
Michigan, Jawan
Oh,
Howard.
that's Juwan Howard,
That's what I'm
son?
saying. They're gonna be unemployed, the two of them.
Okay.
What team he
Now
on?
Derek
I don't even know
Lively.
what team he's on.
Derek Lively's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lively's
Jordan
playing.
Hawkins is on New
Brady
Orleans.
Dick is playing.
Yeah, well, he was in the G League, half back and forth,
Yeah, but he's playing.
but he's playing now because
Keontae George is playing.
this kid wasn't he on Golden State? Jalen
Butch-
Hood. Oh, he was
Butch-
on Lakers.
Yeah.
He's on
Butch-
Lakers. High Carquez is playing.
He's a star.
Podinsky's is
Yeah,
playing.
he's playing.
These Cam Whitmore. What team? I know.
Houston.
Houston. Noah Clowney. I don't know what team he's on.
He's on the Nets. But he played G League more than
Okay.
anything else
Derek-
because he's a clone of Nick Claxton. He
Oh,
was
okay.
just like Claxton. He needs to
Yeah,
get.
Clowney's with
he
us.
need to
Weight,
bone
he
up.
gotta get his weight up. Yeah,
Yeah, he gotta
Yeah.
get his weight
Get
up.
his weight
See,
up.
this
Same
is
thing
this
with
is-
Whitehead. Whitehead's a
But,
net
but,
too.
Oh.
but like you said, well, Whitehead's hurt.
Whatever.
But like you said,
He wasn't ready anyway.
Right, but
He
like
was,
you
he was
say-
one of them one and done guys out of Duke.
right. But see,
And now that's
See
the
that?
other thing. I'm
Right.
going.
I know where you're going. I know
You know
where
where
you're
I'm
going. I
going?
know where you're going.
Whereas Kentucky one and done's be stars, Duke's one and done's
Bums.
be
one and
bums.
Bums.
They one and done.
Yeah, they be one and done to
One
the
and
pro.
done.
One and bum.
How many-
Yeah,
man,
one and bums.
Man, how many Duke guys? I mean, other than Kyrie and Zion, you don't
Right.
really have a whole lot of guys that you can say, oh yeah, he's a Duke guy. He's
Right.
really good.
What you call was a bum. He's the main one.
Who?
Leitner.
Yeah.
Christian,
And he wasn't a one and done, but he was a 4 and done and got in the pros and was a bum.
but he got that NBA. He got
You,
that
you ever
Olympic-
check out
He
his
got
stats?
that Olympic ring. He good.
You ever
In
check out?
college?
No, I'm
Or
talking the pros.
No.
He averaged about 13, 14 points a game in college. I mean, in the pros.
In the pros?
Yeah.
But that's a bum.
Yeah, well, yeah, basically, I would
That's
say.
a
For-
I would
for
say
the
that's a-
stat-
That's a role
From the status, right?
Right,
For the
from
status
where
where
he-
he
right,
came
from where
from.
he
Well,
Yeah.
Grant Hill.
So,
Who's the guys you said?
But Grant Hill was.
No, Grant Hill was good,
Yeah,
But
but he's
Okay.
not a one and done.
Well, what about Brandon
None of them
Ingram?
guys
he's good. Brandon
was he a
Ingram's
one and done?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
one and done.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Ingram.
Right.
All right.
Who else is in there for
good.
me?
Tatum.
Tatum.
Oh yeah, Tatum.
Tatum.
All right, so you brought the franchise.
That's 5
up.
guys right
You
now.
brought
That's a
the
starting
college-
5.
you brought the team.
I'm not a
Most-
Duke fan. Don't get me wrong.
Most guys,
that's
and I'm not
what
even,
I'm
and I'm not even talking about one and dones. But most of the guys who went to Duke and did their career at Duke
Right.
and came in the pros
Oh,
was
yeah,
garbage.
Yeah, right. Oh, what's the
Was garbage.
forward? The big forward. I think he's with Philly. He's the GM with Philly.
Elton Brand.
Elton Brand.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
But he wasn't that.
He
bad
had a
when
deep,
played.
he had
No,
a
he
decent
wasn't.
career.
He
I didn't
wasn't.
know he was a GM with Philly now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
been
yeah.
there, been there.
Oh, snap.
He was there before they brought
Nah,
what's
he's
the name over from Houston? The other GM. Well, he's the
he's
Yeah.
president of
he's
basketball.
related to
player.
my goddaughter
Oh,
somehow.
yeah?
Yeah, I think he's
Oh,
a
okay.
cousin or something.
But like you
No,
was-
he was decent in the pros. He
Yeah.
was decent.
But like you were saying, Clowney got drafted
Mm-hmm.
and immediately sent to the G League.
Oh,
So
okay.
a lot of them get immediately sent to G League. You know what I'm saying?
Well, 'cause
You
they
do
never got
it.
no
Every
room for
you
him.
gotta fill that roster
you
spot.
gotta-
Yeah, I know.
It's
realize
too. You
that
gotta fill that roster
the
spot.
ones you really should be talking about are lottery picks, 1 to
Right,
14.
the lottery
Okay.
picks,
Because after
right.
that, it's helter skelter.
It's a
Because
crapshoot.
Right.
The guys, they're just not that many guys coming out.
That's
That's
top
gonna be
level.
right.
Take somebody's
That's
top
why.
spot. Right.
That's why Europe is getting
That's
so
why you
much
gotta-
attention now.
Right.
Because you
Right.
got guys in college,
College
that
is not top
guys
level.
looking at like,
So
oh,
you're looking
maybe
at
he might be
Europe.
good, but he's not really good now.
Well,
whereas
those guys
the Euro
in Europe,
guys playing
They
professional
play professional at
ball,
16.
Right. They playing
16,
pro
17
ball.
years old.
Yeah.
They playing
And
pro
you know
ball.
what they're gonna
When
bring you.
I with the list I'm gonna come out is guys that were maybe high school All-American and left to come to the pros and just didn't make it. And there's a lot of guys. Oh, guys that were high school All-American went to college and just didn't do well at all.
You get a lot of those.
You get a
guys.
lot of those
Yeah.
guys.
you get
It
a
wasn't-
lot of
them.
a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just in New York alone.
yeah.
If you just did New York.
Well,
alone.
New York, you could always say like guards.
yeah.
New York big thing was guards. And guards, the New York guards always said, other than maybe Kenny Smith, most of the guards couldn't shoot.
Right, right.
Most of
Because
the
I
guards
think
couldn't
that was
shoot.
Watchgone's problem. He killed two of them. Two guards from here
Mhm.
that killed the college level and went to the pros and didn't excel. And of course, we know Pearl was one.
Pearl,
New York City.
And then you got my man, what's his name?
Kenny Anderson,
Sam Worthing.
Sam Worthington. Oh my God, I
It's
love
incredible, well, yes, for him not
Sam. I
making
used
it,
to love
man.
Sam
Yeah,
Worthington.
man.
I was
Couldn't
watching
believe it.
I was watching through high school and
Yeah,
college.
yeah.
I think he went to Marquette, right?
The problem with both of them was they weren't
couldn't
shooting.
They couldn't shoot.
Right.
But
Unbelievable.
Sam was a big guard back then. He was a 6'4", 6'5" guard.
6'5",
he could
yeah.
pass. Oh
Yeah,
my
he
goodness.
was Magic Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
At Franklin
Wow.
K. Lane.
Yes. That's what I forgot about Sam.
I watched him,
Southern Sam.
Mhm.
Son of Sam. I watched him against, back in the day against good defenses
Mhm.
with Notre Dame. They didn't call a timeout, but you thought it was one
Right.
because what's the coach? Al McGuire
Al
was talking
McGuire.
to him as he was dribbling. He was talking to him, and then he got the ball, and Notre Dame said, "Yo, he went through the whole team." I said, "What?" And Pearl did the same thing against Georgetown.
Mhm.
That guy Gene Smith was supposed to be
Right.
the best defensive
Best
player.
defensive guard, right?
Yo, he destroyed
He
him.
did.
Destroyed him.
I remember.
I was like, wow,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I remember
Both of those
games.
guys.
Those
yeah.
were classic games, though,
Classic.
man. Yo,
Classic.
I sit at the TV. I
Classic.
just want to see Georgetown, Syracuse,
Yeah.
and then St. John's when they were
Yes,
good.
yes,
Those are games you wanted to
yes,
see, man.
Yes, classic.
Yeah, but back then it was the whole Big East, honestly.
Yes.
BC would play.
Yeah, every game.
Villanova
Yeah,
could play.
every team was
Every
a classic
team
game.
had
Right.
plays
Yes.
that you could say,
Yeah.
and like Magnificent said earlier, the main reason was that there was no one and done.
Right.
So these
Right.
guys had a chance to develop.
Yes.
Yes.
And you got guys like John Bagley,
Mm-hmm.
who was a star
Right.
at Boston College. He
Boston
was Not
College,
that great
yes.
in but he in pros, but he was a star.
Mm-hmm.
And every team had that one guy that you could say, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna see what he do against so and so, see what this team do against this team.
Yep.
Everybody, Providence had stars.
Oh man.
Every team was a Big East was like
It was incredible.
Remember the guy?
a
Oh,
crazy.
he played with the Nets.
You got to
went to
shout out
Providence.
John Green said he used to watch Sam play in Brevoort. That was-
Brevoort, yeah.
That was the big time
Yes, John,
tournament
yes.
back in those days.
Yes, it was.
In the 70s,
The
man.
guy that went to Providence. I think he played with the Nets. Eric something. Not Eric Williams. It was Eric something. He was
Eric
a guard.
Williams. Eric Williams, he played with Providence,
He was
didn't
a
he?
guard?
He was a guard. The
Oh,
guard.
Boston. Eric Williams played with Boston. Was it Boston?
No,
Oh,
I think you the one that you talking about. Eric Williams was like a forward.
Yeah.
This guy was a guard, and he had
Okay.
played with the Nets for a little bit. But his name was
Who
Eric
was-
something.
Who was he before the Nets?
I don't remember what other
No,
team.
college.
He played
He
with
said
Providence.
Providence.
He played with
I
Providence.
know who you talking
Who drafted what you call? I think Philly did.
Who?
What was the
Yeah.
kid from New York?
Oh, you talking about
If you say his name.
Claxton?
No, not Claxton, not Speedy.
about.
He played with Villanova. The point guard years ago.
McLean?
No, this was where did he go? Was it Villanova? Where did my man play?
Oh, wait,
What year?
Might have been in the
he
80s.
from New York?
Yes. Y'all know this cat. And I think I don't know if he got drafted by the Nets. Brown skin cat. Oh, if you say the name, he was the point guard. Oh, was it
Jeez,
Villanova?
you're getting me.
Right,
now.
that's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
You're
Providence.
getting me.
The Eric dude was it Eric? It's a short name, right? One
Right.
syllable, like
I'm gonna get
sweeps
this
or
kid.
something.
It'll come to
Eric-
me, man.
I'm looking him up. I remember. I
He
think
came from New York.
Right? Wow,
Oh,
it's
my
coming. It's-
He
goodness.
was short, like 5'11", 5'9", or he was taller than that.
He was about 6'1", something like that. He was about 6'1".
Y'all know this guy. Oh, I gotta get this guy. This
But
guy
every
bugging.
team
Who
I'm
you said?
gonna tell you
Gary
who I
McLean.
used to
Nah,
like.
not Gary McLean.
But they had two McLeans. There was
Yeah,
Dwayne
no,
McLean
no,
and
this
Gary
was before.
McLean.
This might have been. This might have been. He might have came after. Before I can't even think. I don't. I'm thinking about them. I don't know if he played when Georgetown and them was good. I don't know if it was before. Might have been before. I don't know if he went to Philly. He either got drafted by Philly or
And he
the
went to
Nets.
Providence?
No, I think he went to Villanova, but he played in New York. Y'all know this guy. If I'm right, I got his face and everything. Brown skin, kind of built. Dark. He wasn't real tall, maybe 6 feet, 6'1".
Right.
Oh my goodness gracious! But I don't know if he went to Nazareth somewhere.
Wow. You getting me now? on
If
this
you
one.
say the name,
Yeah.
I know it. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah. man.
I'm gonna have to research that. But y'all know who I'm
But
talking
every
about.
team had somebody, man. Like you said, the Big East was on top.
Right.
Was on top of the
They
world.
was on top.
You know who
They
I
was
used
top-
to
they was
like?
elite
This
conference.
guy wasn't a guard. He was a center, and he played with Boston College. White guy, John something. Cooley.
Yeah, I can remember.
Was it John Cooley
I
or
can't remember his name. I
Well,
know
who he
you're
played
talking
for?
about. For
Boston College? Boston
BC.
College, BC.
Is it center?
Yeah, he was a center. He was like a 6'9" center or something like that.
Oh my
man.
goodness! The faces is right there.
Where did Stuart Granger? Where he played? Who
Stuart
he played with?
Granger.
Stuart
With
Granger.
Brooklyn. Yeah, he did.
Who
Yes.
he played with? Did he play with Villanova?
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
I'm talking about. Stuart Granger.
Yes, I
No,
remember.
no.
Stuart.
Was
Who
that
did-
before these guys? Before Gary McClure? Was that before or after?
I think it was before.
It was before.
He
That's
went to
what-
Nazareth.
Right. I
Right.
told you now. I
Yeah.
told you
Yes.
Stuart Granger.
Stuart
I
Granger.
told you if you say that, I know it came.
I remember Stuart Granger.
Yes.
So I'm going back. I remember even before that, guys, another guard played with the Lakers. Butch Lee. He couldn't shoot.
Butch Lee from Marquette from
Butch-
Winter Clinton.
Butch Lee couldn't shoot.
He used to lay jokers up all the time.
He
Maybe
can lay
that's
him
why.
up. But Butch Lee can get to the hole, but he couldn't.
Well, Roger Combs to me couldn't shoot.
Who?
Phil Ford.
Phil Ford couldn't shoot.
He couldn't
No, he
shoot.
couldn't. That's what
Right.
made him not,
Yeah.
not
Right.
good
Phil
enough
Ford
pro.
couldn't
Yeah.
And not for nothing, John Lucas was his problem.
Right.
As good as he was in college when he got to the pros,
He couldn't shoot.
get a
He
shot
couldn't
on
get a
some
shot.
guys.
Right.
John
John-
Lucas.
Oh no, I was saying. What did he say that name? Is that the guy you talking about?
John J.
Jay Williams that's
From Boston
he's
College?
from Boston College. I think that's him.
That
Jay
might be-
Williams is from
But they had
Duke.
another guy named Cooley.
It's Cooley on Boston
On
College.
Boston, I think it was Cooley. Man, I could be
Oh,
saying
you
the
talking
name.
about the other- okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
Bill
yeah,
Cooley?
I don't know, but I think he's. That's
I
what
thought you was
he's
talking about Sleepy
thinking about
Floyd, but he's
Jay
from
Conan.
Georgetown.
No, Sleepy Floyd can shoot
Yeah,
though.
Sleepy Floyd could
That's
shoot.
That's a Sleepy
Yeah.
Floyd could
He
put
was
him up.
nice.
Yes.
You kidding me? He
Sleepy
put him
Floyd
up.
could
yeah.
shoot.
Yeah, he was a decent pro too.
Yeah.
What's the other guy? The other guy from New York that Georgetown had, but he didn't
Fred
stay.
Brown.
Huh?
Fred Brown.
Fred Brown was from New York. That's right.
Yeah.
In the
from
Bronx. The
From
Bronx.
Yeah.
Did he play with?
I thought he was gonna make the
What's
pros.
the forward?
He played with Gary Springer, I think.
Yes. Yes, he did. Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
Ben
I
Franklin.
think he
I
played with
No,
Gary
he didn't.
Springer.
No, he didn't.
it was Ben.
Yeah,
Then
no,
it was
no,
the
he
other two. It
No,
was
he didn't.
Ed Pickney. Then he played with Ed Pickney.
That's
then.
who he played.
That's
with.
Villanova.
Yeah.
That's who. he
No,
played
in
with.
high school.
Not
In
in
high
high
school.
school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
High school.
High
I
school.
thought Pickney went to Catholic high school and Fred Brown went to public school.
Maybe so, but if I know,
He
I know.
played with one of them
I
cats.
think he played with Springer.
No, Springer played with Walter Berry and
He did play with Walter Berry.
Right.
And
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
yeah, who was the other guy?
Because the
that
school
they had?
changed the name after that to Manhattan Center.
Was it Scurry?
No, Scurry's from Brooklyn.
Then he played with Pickney. Then he played with one of those
I
guys.
think it was Pickney. It was either Pickney
Fred
or
Brown playing with-
what's the other forward? There was another forward that came into the league from the Bronx. Played with I thought it was Pickney.
Adlai Stevenson. That's where they played.
I think that's.
Adlai Stevenson.
I think that's it.
That's where they
Right.
played.
It was from the Bronx.
Yes.
Right.
That's where they played. Adlai Stevenson.
And
yeah,
then
they played Stevenson.
Right.
That's where they played.
But I'm thinking of I'm trying to think of the other guard that was at Ben Franklin. I think he went to Arkansas.
Oh, you talk about
He was on the team with Walter Berry and them.
Hutchison.
Kenny Hutchinson.
Hutchinson. That guy could shoot.
Kenny Hutchinson.
That guy could shoot. He was good.
And they had
He
It
was
was,
good.
it was Butch Lee, Hutchison, and Alex Eldridge.
Alex
all in
Eldridge.
the same year.
wow. Alex Eldridge. I liked it.
That kid Hutchinson was a player.
Yeah. You okay? I give you a name.
I got a name for you, but and he played for Clinton, and nobody even remembers.
John
this kid.
Green said, shout out. He said he lived about a mile from
Right.
the old Ben Franklin High School.
Oh, that's like 116th. That's over here right
Uh-huh.
there. Right off of
Okay.
116th,
You
right
remember,
FDR.
you remember a kid named Arnold Duggar?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Duggar. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Arnold
He
Duggar
was a rock.
He was a
Yeah.
man.
Arnold
Yes.
Duggar,
Yes,
yes.
he was. Yes,
I
he
give you a
was.
name.
You going back. Who
This
he
guy-
played with?
He played for Clinton. And he went to
heard that.
Nebraska, I think,
I
or
remember
All
Arnold
Roberts, or
Duggar,
one of
yeah.
them schools
Oh,
that
okay.
played in
I
college.
give you a name.
Arnold Duggar
I know.
was a
I
rock.
know you will remember.
But he was one of them guys that he didn't go to school, so that's why he ended up in a
in
bad
a bad school.
in a
Right.
lesser school because he had world talent.
Yes.
but
Yes,
just
he
didn't
did.
have
Yes,
world
he
Yes,
brain.
he used to
I
rock the
give
Rucker
you a
League.
name.
Yeah.
Um,
Kill him in the Rucker League.
Roosevelt Chapman.
Oh yeah, I played. That's my
Yeah,
boy.
see? I
Played
knew
against- he
you.
went to
I knew you would
Westinghouse.
know.
Yes, that's my boy.
He said that dip. I used to love that dip he
Uh,
had.
It's funny you were saying that your brother played with that guy Black Jack Ryan.
Yeah, they played together at John Jay. My
Hey,
brother and him.
That kid Ryan averaged like almost 30 points a game when he was at John Jay.
Him and my brother played with each other.
He's
at John
a
Jay.
West 4th Street legend.
Legend, yeah.
Matter of fact, the other dude, the one that got into trouble after the draft, he played at Ben Franklin too. The center that went to UNLV.
Oh yeah, Richie Adams.
He was
Right,
on that
Richie
team.
Adams.
Yeah,
He was on
that
team. Him,
team.
Walter Berry.
They had a
Right.
crazy
And
team.
Kenny
That's who
Hutchinson.
it was.
They had
Right.
a crazy team.
Yeah,
right
they, had
in
they,
there.
they didn't
Yeah.
win,
No,
but they had a crazy
No.
team.
They had a crazy
I remember
team.
seeing them play at St. John's. That guy Gary Springer was jumping out the
Right.
gym, man. I never seen
Right.
nobody jump that high in my life.
Yeah, Springer could hop.
Yo, he had the
I got
perfect
another
name
for
too.
y'all.
Yeah.
Springer.
Yes.
Oh
Steve
god.
Shepard.
Steve Shepard. I remember Steve Shepard. Yo.
That guy was
Who
a
he played
monster.
for?
Steve Shepard.
I remember the name.
He was.
Steve Shepard. Played in
I
Florida.
think he played in Brooklyn. He was in high school in Brooklyn, I think, or was it Manhattan? One of them.
Steve Shepard. I remember Steve Shepard.
I remember the name.
He went to Maryland.
Every time I hear that name, I think,
Yes.
But he was out of New York.
I remember. Every time I see the name,
They called him Bear.
Bear.
That was his name.
You know who I think of when I think of Shepard? What's the movie with what's his name? Was it Dwayne Martin was in?
Oh,
And Thomas.
with
Thomas-
Tupac and them.
Oh,
Right.
he went to DeWitt Clinton.
Right.
He
They
was
called his name was Thomas Shepard.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his nickname was Bear.
Bear. I remember Steve. Yeah.
Slick
Wow.
the Relic don't remember none of those
Nah,
guys.
that's before your time.
Look,
man.
Slick the Relic.
Huh?
You talking about Juice?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
No,
Juice.
not
Was it
Juice.
Juice?
No,
No,
with
above
Dwayne
the rim,
Martin.
above the
There
rim,
you go.
above the rim.
Where
Yeah,
the-
Yes,
these
Where
Slick
the
guys-
the Relic don't remember none of those cats we talking about.
These guys are
Wait a
showing their
minute.
age.
Yeah.
Hold on. I had to look Shepard up real quick. I see 1954.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yo, there was some ball players.
No, we
back
had some
then,
ballers
man.
back in the
Yeah.
day, man. Yo, in the play in a sub in a PSAL league when the playoffs was happening, they used to have every I told you before at St. John's.
Right.
Yo, when you went there, you see, it was like a who's who
Yep.
walking around that gym,
Yep.
man. When for those playoff games from high school,
At-
everybody who was somebody was there.
at St. John's,
I'm telling
or later on, they moved it to Fordham.
Right.
Fordham. is it,
Yep.
man?
it was at
But I remember I used to go to St. John's and watch stuff, man. And boy, everybody who was somebody in high school,
Yep.
everybody used to wear their jackets, their
Yep.
school jackets, and walk around
Walking around.
that
Yep.
joint, man. I remember that.
Oh, that was a good
Yeah,
games back
yeah,
then.
you had some good ball players come out of New York.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Great ball players, bro.
Pinnacle at that time.
Yeah,
For years.
Look,
yeah.
For
Any-
decades,
Hey,
actually.
we welcome y'all. Anybody
World
want
Be
to
free?
Will be free.
All right.
Yes.
He was at
How you getting
Canarsie
to my-
with
Yeah.
um,
What's the lefty guy? Jeff Houston.
Jeff
Houston.
Houston.
Jeff
Wow.
Houston.
I
Houston.
forgot about that.
Man,
Yes.
Man.
Houston was
Jeff
the
Houston.
backcourt.
Oh, that's a crazy
And-
backcourt.
Could you imagine?
And
Oh
they
my
had
God.
Curtis Redden.
They had
Yeah.
Curtis Redden too?
Yeah, crazy,
Damn.
crazy.
That's why
I know,
Curtis
you
Curtis
God
Redden
of
went
mid-
away.
You
I
was
forgot
like,
what
you was
school he
like
went to.
6 months in the
Will
womb
be
when
free,
we
the
were
God
talking
of
about
midair.
He might still been in the sacks. Yeah.
He was the God of midair.
Oh,
Will be free.
Prince, yeah, that's he was. Prince of
Well, then maybe you might
Prince
know
of
the
midair.
you might know the Scurry brothers.
Like I know.
Did you know the
names-
Scurry brothers?
Listen, I know names.
You knew
if
Kerry Scurry?
Hold on.
No,
if
he-
you say them,
Right before your time. too.
right? If you say
Nah,
them,
he
I
grew-
might
well,
know.
I
You know,
played
he
against
should know.
him.
But
he,
nah.
he look in the history books and
Right.
see, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
Right,
used
right,
to
Yeah.
be. Whereas we lived it. So
Right, you
listen.
don't remember the Scurry brothers?
That's what I said.
All of them boys could play.
Right.
I remember some of
They all
the
could jump to the
names.
moon.
Andre Irvin?
Right.
You
I
remember these
some of
guys,
the
man?
names, but I don't know all of them.
Ice Hamilton.
Right.
Yeah,
You guys are talking about
And what's the guard name?
70-year-old players
What was
now.
his
70,
Beetle.
80-year-old
Beetle
players.
Washington.
Beetle
Yeah, Beetle.
I played against all them cats when we was like 11 years old.
What's the guard that went to was it Beetle what that went to Cleveland State? It was a New York,
McFadden.
huh?
Kenny
Yeah,
McFadden.
right, guys. Was it McFadden? Kenny McFadden?
Yeah.
Oh,
They called him Mouse.
Mouse McFadden. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of the name. Yeah.
I knew them cats: Ice Reynolds, Beetle, Kelly.
Mm.
Remember Jimmy Clark?
Juggy Clark.
We played. I met them guys at 11 years old playing against those guys.
They used to have Andre
And Gowanus.
Irvin jumping center, and he was
Mm.
shorter than all of them, but he had crazy height.
crazy how they had the big thighs.
Yes.
Big thighs. And that's how long I knew them cats for.
Mm.
And then
11, that's a
like
long
in a couple of years, like what you call him, Ice Reynolds was like my height. Then
Mhm.
the next summer we seen him, that guy was like that.
Mhm.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I knew them cats from like I was 11 years old.
Right, right.
It's crazy.
That's funny.
So,
Two of those guys from the team made the pros
Mm.
yeah.
because it was Ice Reynolds and Kerry Scurry.
Yeah.
They both made the pros. You know, they had their little time in the league.
Yeah.
That's good. I think one of them played with the Knicks for like a hot minute.
Carrie
Scurry?
for a little
Okay.
bit.
That's good
Yeah.
there, man. We winding down, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh yeah.
near the end of the show.
Reminiscing.
So we over here thinking about the old time
Yes.
New York players that made it out of the
Nah,
hip.
you ain't had no trivia question today.
Yeah, I
thought
didn't
he
come
hit
up
us
with.
I thought those other questions.
The
was the trivia.
NIL.
Well, I mean, that's this. Well, we got a few more minutes. I wanted to bring this up. Do you think it's good or bad that these, let's say 18, 19, 20-year-olds making that kind of money in college, does it think that good for them moving on from college? Whether they make it or not into whatever profession that they're going into. Because what do gymnastics go into after their career is over with? Into Olympics and stuff like that?
Guess so.
And you have competition.
Yeah, they have
Well, the
competition, but they don't be
competition,
making that kind
No,
of
they,
money.
they wind
They
up
don't make
doing
no-
whatever.
Well,
they,
what you call makes money?
Who?
What's the girl?
Oh yeah, well she's at the top of her class.
In the compet-
Come on,
Simone Biles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Simone
but she's at
Biles,
the
she-
top of her class.
she
she's
makes
doing
money.
commercials and
Because you
stuff
do
like that.
you do competition all over the world.
Right.
What you
You-
gonna
I'm
say?
gonna say Dominique Dawes. I forgot. Simone Biles.
You
Right.
make money on you do the competition, you get paid, you don't nothing here all over the world.
Right, yeah,
You're
yeah.
in competition all over the world.
Right, yeah, you
You
do.
make money.
Yeah, but that's very
Yeah.
few.
If you good,
If you-
if you good.
Exactly.
You gotta be at the
Exactly.
top.
So
Well, this girl is good. The one from
what I
LSU,
say
she's good.
when it comes down to that, as far as NAL, anytime somebody got a chance to make money, I'm all for it.
no, I
you know
have
what I'm
no
saying?
problem with
And
them making money. But
it
you think that
teaches
much
you-
is too much?
I don't know what's too much.
And
Yeah,
who is us for say that's too much
Too
for
much,
somebody?
exactly.
Well, we just talked
My
about
thing
this.
is it'll teach you at a very young age.
Right.
You will learn very quick how to handle money.
Right.
That's for sure.
Or it could be
Or-
a downfall. too.
Right.
Well, but then you're still young enough to bounce back. If you get it again, you'll know what to do it. If you mess it up the first time,
Well, there are
you
guys
know.
that make it to their profession and and let's say NBA who make money and run through it.
yes, they do. And when by the time they retire, they broke.
They broke.
But
Yeah.
we just talked about how 1.7 wasn't enough.
It's not that it's not
You know
enough.
what I'm saying?
It's not that it's not
In
enough.
college
It's
for
not.
1 year?
It's not.
That's just a yearly thing.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm trying to tell you. You were saying
That she
that-
could sustain
that she could sustain that for a lifetime.
No.
That's not a lot of money today.
Right.
1.7 million is
Right.
not a lot of money like it was when we was coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
You had 1.7 million. The whole family was rich.
Right.
Right.
Right now, if one person has 1.7 million, just they're rich.
Mhm.
They're not even rich, but they got
Right.
money.
Right.
They're not even
You know what I'm
rich.
saying? But when we was coming up, the whole family was rich
Right.
with
Mhm.
1.7.
They just better off than the rest of y'all.
There you go.
So,
There you
yeah,
go.
They're not.
There you go.
Real
It's
rich
like
people looking at them.
that's nothing.
You
It's-
broke.
That's nothing, right. So,
now
I
everybody,
dropped
you trying
1.7 million on the
right.
way to the bank.
you trying to right. You trying to get to the billions now. Before when you was
Right.
a millionaire,
You was
something.
right. You was
Not
established.
not no more.
So
There's
the-
100,000 millionaires now.
right.
the bottom line is, like you said, they still have to, they're in college.
Right.
So you
Right.
would think, they're going to get their degree. And, reality is, you get your degree and if you can't make it here, you got to make it at what your profession was, what you majored in.
True. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But I was
Yeah.
How many
I was
people do that?
watching,
Right.
Well, you have to.
I think it
If
was
you don't
Get
make
Up
it.
I was watching, and one of them guys was saying, and it's true, the only difference now between now and back then is that now you know what they making. Because back then the stars was getting paid.
They was getting paid
Because
under
when
the
you was on-
table.
Yeah.
When you was on a team, you knew the guy, like he said, that was buying the bottles at the club.
Right.
You knew the guy who was driving
Right.
the fancy
Right.
cars. That's what got
Right.
I heard
what's
that
his name
too.
in trouble. The running back from USC, they took his
Oh,
Heisman
oh,
away
right.
because he was
Oh,
driving
oh.
that big expensive
Yeah,
car.
Right.
yeah. I know you talk about. I got his face. I can't think.
Yeah.
I know you talk about number 5.
He played with
Yeah.
he played with Carson Palmer.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Can't remember his name.
They
now.
talk about
I
they
know.
should give it
Right,
back
they
to
should
him
give
now.
Back his right. 'cause of
Right.
The fact that
It's
Right.
fact.
what they doing now
Right.
is what they was doing back then, but
Right.
back then it was illegal, and now
Right.
it's all good.
He
So like
said
you
that's
you-
the perfect thing you said, sir. Because he said that. I think it was what's his name? Who got the show? Shay.
Oh, okay.
He said, like you said, like Serge said, now they tell you what they was making.
Mhm.
But those guys was making that money back then too, but it was just
Exactly.
under the table.
Right.
Yep.
They couldn't say nothing about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But people were getting paid back in those days.
Of course
so
they
Like-
was.
like
They were
come to the
fun-
house,
they were putting
drop a
in their
boatload of
family
money
name.
to your mother
Right.
Right.
or your grandma. Most
Right.
people was raised by
All
their
the
grandma,
cars was
whatever.
in somebody else's
Yeah.
name and everything.
Oh, we gonna give you money.
Or the famous story where the guy from Kentucky was in the airport and the bag busted open and it was hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bag. They were
Right.
getting ready to get some recruit,
Right.
but it just was illegal.
That's
and now
crazy.
you could take that same $100,000,
Right.
put it in a check,
And give it to
right
them.
in
And
their
put it
bank
right.
account
Yeah.
and say,
What's
"Oh,
that
that's
movie with
NIL.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the movie with Shaq and them?
Blue chips."
Blue Chips.
Yeah.
The stuff that they was
Exactly.
doing.
What you
Right.
call him? I seen a
Exactly.
very interesting
They got a
thing
new
last
tractor.
week.
Yeah.
Last
The
week.
country boy got the new tractor.
What was the guy? He challenged that, and they got to give him credit. Dale Brown from
Right.
LSU,
Yeah.
because the kid on his team, a family member passed away,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and they was
he
trying to
couldn't
go
even send
home,
him to the
and he
funeral.
couldn't even say. He said,
Right.
"What?"
Well, yeah.
He said he wrote the check personally. He said, "I'm giving it," and he got in trouble.
Got
for
in
it.
trouble. I remember
But
that.
he fought the NCAA over that.
I remember
How
that.
you gonna tell a kid they got a family member that
Right.
passed away and he can't go?
Right.
If the school or anybody give him money,
His family can't afford it.
right?
Right.
They can't afford it. If the school
Right.
give him money, it's a violation, and he can't come back and play. He said, "Are y'all crazy?"
Yeah, no.
And
that's
he
crazy.
fought them over that.
Yeah.
That's
He
true.
fought them. Yeah, man.
Yep. I remember
Those
that.
rules,
It was
those
garbage.
rules was horrible. The rules of NCAA.
Mm.
It's to me, and I'll say, and just like I talk about the owners, like in all these pro league, is that what's called mentality
Plantation.
to me, plantation
Mhm.
mentality.
Yes.
You know, they think they own you
Mhm.
because
Right.
we let you play.
Right.
You know,
We
we
giving
give
you
you
a
an
free
education,
Mhm.
and they think that's it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Nah, you try to you own me. Like
And they,
You know,
they
I don't
could
like
have
that.
avoided all of that stuff if they had gave these kids, instead of putting it under the table, give these kids a stipend
yes,
for the year, and they
Right.
would have been all right with
yes. Everybody
that.
gets
Now,
like,
once they
Right.
try to unionize this, you can forget about it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's almost crazy now because
But
these
now-
kids can transfer
Right. That's what I was
right
gonna say.
right out the back.
Right.
Mhm.
Right now, you could go to college for 5 years and
Right.
play on 5 different teams.
Yes,
right.
which is
Every
crazy.
year
I always
you
tell
can
the
transfer
story.
out.
I went to a school, NAI school up in New Hampshire, and I tell you, the kid during our season,
Mhm.
the people I was around, my teammates, people were starving,
I believe it.
starving.
I believe it.
We used to go to away games. Yo, you got to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Mhm.
They used to give a stipend to us. It wasn't even 10 for the whole day. I think it was $12 for the whole day. Are you kidding me? And I'm supposed to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner off of this.
This is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? $12 for the whole day.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy. What are you?
Chips for breakfast.
You know what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's like people. That's why they say, okay, I get education, I get this good, but I gotta eat.
Mhm.
You know, I gotta buy stuff. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
What are they giving these kids? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. They don't know. Guy called home for his mother to send him money. She sent him $100 on a Friday. By Sunday, that money's by the weekend.
Yep.
We go to school. We go to Boston. We go here. We go. That money's gone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then what? I got to call back and get more money. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
And
For the
this is-
people that can't afford it.
Yeah, and then like you said, this is the issue we have because all these teams in the tournament right now is getting money for every
For
round.
their schools.
You know what
They
I'm saying?
making money for their schools
Right.
crazy. Their schools is getting crazy
Right.
money.
The kids ain't getting that.
You get the Final Four. I don't know how much it is now. I know before
It's-
I don't
wasn't-
even know what the amount is
Right,
now.
but yeah,
You make the
exactly.
Final
It's
Four. How
going
much
up
money
every
you
year,
get?
it's going up.
You know?
I'm sorry.
Right.
This kid, Jonte Porter, he played for the Raptors. He's getting investigated because he was betting on himself
What?
with prop bets.
Oh, he's
Prop bets on how many points he's gonna get, how many rebounds he's gonna get,
Mm.
all this.
He's stupid.
And now he got busted. He's done.
He's stupid.
How can you
You
bet
can't-
on yourself?
You can't bet on the sport that you play.
He's stupid.
You got to be they tell you that from day one. People just throw money away.
Amazing.
And that's
And
gonna
then-
be a lot of things. Oh man, I wanted to bring and I know we ain't got enough
And then
time.
they
I have to save it
broadcast.
for next week.
What was it about?
As far as the coach was talking about on the Cavaliers, was talking about how he was getting threatened because of the bets they do on that thing now.
Oh, I did see something.
And
about
he
that.
because the guy was like, yo, he take out his players, you
He
win
took
it by a
his
certain
player
amount,
out,
Right.
and you put in your
right.
scrubs, and now
Right.
they
Now,
found him.
Man, please. You
They
know how many
found
bets
out-
I lost
Yeah,
over that?
they found out where he lived. They know his address,
Yo,
his
can
phone,
you-
and
can you-
everything.
Can
So
you give me the phone and address to every coach?
You
that-
know what I'm-
You know how many
yeah.
times I got
I
jumped by
know,
these guys?
right. So it's like, yo, they saying that betting thing is going too far now,
No,
where it's getting
crazy.
personal.
It's crazy.
That
And
is
people
crazy.
threaten him at the arena. He's getting threatened and stuff like that.
That is
It's
crazy.
money.
Yeah,
There's
so
money out there.
You know?
Sometimes that's crazy.
You running up a score and you see a running back that got to go in, and instead of him going in, he slides at the 1 yard line.
Yeah. Well, you see that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's
Like,
he's
where
helping
you
the
supposed
team.
to
They
go?
think about right. You know, yo, this betting thing has really gone crazy. It's
Yeah.
really gone crazy.
That is crazy.
That's why
Yeah.
you bet spreads.
Well, when I
fellas.
seen that, the coach of the Cavaliers said, "Yo, he said got threatened, yo."
That's ridiculous.
Guy was like, "We know where you live.
Right.
We know your family. Blah blah blah. Are you kicked because you took the guys out? You
Hmm.
run up this. You winning, so you put your scrubs in.
Right.
And, take a-
You ain't
and the guy
thinking
was
about
betting.
that.
He's
Well,
like, "What?"
I'm gonna say this to all those people out there who have that problem. Just bet on the Knicks because Tom Thibodeau does not take his players out.
Wow.
They had a 20-point lead against
I
the
know,
Nets,
I
and,
know.
and Brunson
Still
and Hart
burning
was still
cats
on the
out.
court.
Still
I
burning
know.
cats out.
Yo.
Minute and a half left in the game.
We got about a minute and a half left. We're
Great.
gonna wrap it up. Anybody got any last words? We gonna want to go around? Ty?
Well, once again, I just want to thank our fans. I know we didn't have a lot of callers today. Maybe the weather's a little nice, people out there, but you know, I appreciate you guys who always support us and who continue to support us, especially our number one fan, my man John Green.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate y'all.
Definitely. What you got? Rick, Slick, the Relic?
Yeah, I just want to, on another note, I have two people that was dear to me, Dr. Demeter Bryant and my friend's mother, Leangela Wynn. They passed away, so rest in peace to them.
Rest in peace, Pete.
Yeah,
God bless.
Serge, what you got?
Just gonna second what Todd said, and thank everybody who's listening in and supporting us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, sounds good from everybody here. I want to wrap it up with everybody here. Thank you for listening to us, taking the time out of your special day to listen to us talk about sports for 2 hours. We appreciate it. We love it. And we hope to continue and give you the best that we can possibly give us in the world of sports and everything else. Thank you.
Take us out, Slick the Relic.
Yes,
Let's
indeed.
go.
Mhm.
I meant to talk about this before it came to me at the end. I was like, yo, I'm watching this guy on the news talking. And the coach of Cavaliers, I said, yo, this is crazy, man. It's like, wow. That's tough, man. You getting threatened. It's like, yo, you might not want to coach no more. They got